Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Welcome to another late night culture. It is Sunday evening. We're almost at the end of November. It is November 26, 2023. And we've been live for 5 minutes and change. And let me tell you, I appreciate you guys being here from wherever you are, whether you be in Odyssey, Rumble, Minds, Getter, Twitter, doesn't matter. I'm grateful and thankful that you're here at this moment. We have several things to talk about. Jacob's already got something ready to go. We've got everybody trying to, get us off and running. I appreciate the folks watching on Odyssey right now. I appreciate the folks watching on Rumble, and I say we get started. Let's start bringing everybody in. We've got a full house tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of them. So get me off the screen. Let's get to the show, and there we go. We've got right next to me. Look at all these people. We got right next to me. We got Graham here from Grahamcast. What's up, Graham Cracker?
Greetings, gentlemen. How we doing?
Pretty good.
Lovely.
Thanks for stopping by. You can check out Graham on his channel, Grahamcast. You can also check out the guy next to him. His name is Jacob, otherwise known as Society Reviews. How are you doing tonight, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm fine. We're still trying to figure out how this whole thing works. So if there's some N-bombs that get dropped tonight, that's because I don't know that I'm not muted. So it's not intentional.
Okay.
Also, my bad.
Let's not do that. Okay.
I'm not going to do it on purpose. It's just going to happen.
I'm uncomfortable with that, but let's get everybody's name up here. So we've got everybody introduced. We got a story on screen already. That's where we're headed next. We've got CC Karaoke joining us. What's up, CC?
Excited to join you on your first show on this new platform.
Oh,
new behind the scenes platform. It's great. I've tried it myself.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, this is the first late night. That's right. We've got another rolling credits coming in, so you'll be a little less boring than the opening we had today. But then we'll have our normal intro like we just did, and then we'll roll right into it. I'm pretty excited, and I appreciate everybody that's here. We've got, of course, right next to him, the amazing Jason of Sci-Fi for Me TV. What's up, Jason?
Hey, I debated briefly whether or not to come on tonight, but I figured I needed to decompress after a week of wearing the same shirt in Texas. So
that doesn't sound.
Man, when you get 4 days off of work, you just wear the same shirt, the same underwear. Like you don't even leave the house after a while.
What happened was we got down to Texas, and I realized that I had packed everything that we needed except for shirts. I didn't pack myself any shirts. I don't know how I managed to do that, but anyway.
Okay, well, you're nuts. So
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, a little bit later on, after we get past some stuff, Mrs. Boss has a request of you, Culture.
Oh no,
I'm going to tease that now, and we'll get to it later.
Okay, I'm not excited about that. I'm kind of worried. All right. Well, finally, last but not least, actually, there's actually somebody else in the back, but we have my co-host here. His name's Jolly. What's up, Jolly? You're black and white. What's up?
Trying to figure this thing out. I'm so used to StreamYard. I've been using StreamYard for so long. It feels a little alien, but I'm here, and where's the hose at?
I don't know. That I can't answer. But I do know this. I need to put the story over there. We have our friend Brahma here. How are you, Brahma Bull? It's good to see you. I'm good.
He's not
on screen, so he's basically just a disinvited voice right now.
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, I'm back on stage. There we are.
There he is.
For a moment, I was wondering what that angelic voice was.
Yeah, sorry about that. Everybody, this is Brahma.
Yeah, what is this, around the horn?
Yeah, kind of feel like it is. Yeah. But everybody's on stage now, so mission accomplished. We've got a lot. There we go. Now I feel better. ADHD solved. All right. We've got stuff to talk about tonight. Did you guys hear about Wish?
It's not doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wishes people went to see it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest wish of them all, to be fair. I think you're
right. I gotta be honest, I haven't really been following Disney's continued downfall this weekend because I kind of got sucked into a little pro wrestling news this weekend. Maybe we can talk about that in the course of this night too. So there's a few things happened over the weekend that are of note. So.
Well, I think there were several things that happened this weekend, but we have some super chats to start the show off with. I want to say thanks for that. We're going to start here with super chat numero uno. ones that have a star, wherever you are. The great Ben Hennigar dropped a $10 super chat saying, "Evening, my friends. Sad to say, but R.I.P. Doctor Who." Indeed. In fact, I think everybody, if you have not done so already, use that hashtag on your socials wherever you go, wherever you are. Make sure everybody knows that, Doctor Who's dead.
F in the chat for Doctor Who, because as the Tucker Carlson meme always says, it's never been more over than it is right now.
That's so true. It is so true. It couldn't be more true if we tried. But no, it's a hot mess, and Doctor Who's done. Did anybody try to choke through that?
I watched it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's a mixed bag. On the one hand, you have the Star Beast adaptation of the comic book, and I'm gonna go over to my spinner rack over here because I think I have it. So you have that, and then you have shoehorned in and smeared all over it the message, which is a completely separate piece. And the Star Beast part of it is not bad, but it's overshadowed and diminished quite significantly by the message.
Okay.
So, but it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other right now. I mean, Russell T Davies has decided to pick a side, and
he chose violence.
He chose violence, and most deliberately obvious violence. I mean, he was not subtle about it at all. He's swinging a bag of hammers at anybody who had any concerns over how woke it was going to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Does not sound good. Well, thanks for giving us the update there, Jason. Nobody else bothered to watch it, right? That was it?
No,
I've just seen the clips going around on Twitter.
Yeah, there's some clips of some lady in a wheelchair, so I guess at least it's really inclusive.
Wow.
There's also clips of the doctor being lectured on how to use pronouns.
Yeah, there's that. But
Alien pronouns.
The lady in the wheelchair is not bad. She actually does a fairly good job. And she actually is in a wheelchair for real. She's got spina bifida.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how it works now. You have to get real crippled people in order to be in movies now or in TV shows.
But
and if you're in a wheelchair and you're the villain, that's not going to fly.
She did a lot better than the trans actor they had playing Rose.
I saw those clips. I don't even want to do any conversation about that. We got another super and then another member chat, and then we're going to jump on the story that's on the screen. It says, "Hail Culture Casino, cheers, my friend." Well, cheers to you, my friend. It's great to see you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I hope you're doing well, the Atlantean. I hope you're working through things in a good way, my friend. And of course, here's our good buddy, our wonderful friend, Punkwaddle. Punkwaddle's been around for 17 months as a member. My goodness. Culture is my favorite flightless bird. Thank you.
What?
I am his favorite flightless bird. I am. That's true. Oh my God.
You've been lying to me this whole time.
Oh my God. The rooster.
Is anyone surprised that there's a bird living in that beard? I mean, I think we can.
Yeah,
There's probably
kind of looks like
probably
a nest.
Probably a bunch of them. All right, let's get back to it. Thank you guys for the early supers and the acknowledgments from earlier and saying hi to everybody because y'all are great. We appreciate you. We very much do. Let's jump on this first story. I think.
Before you do that, last night on my show, Salty Traveling Sea, a good friend of the channel and a good friend to you, a lot of you guys right here in the chat. He made his dynamic comeback on his channel. He took a hiatus. But man, he tore Doctor Who a new hole last night. I mean, the way he described it, because I've never watched the show personally, but the way he described it, I mean, I was absolutely appalled. And the details, well, needless to say, Culture probably doesn't want me to get into it, but it was bad, guys. It was really bad, and it's next level bad. Disney is Disney controlling it now? Am I hearing this right?
Disney's got money in it. Because Disney Plus is distributing it worldwide outside of what the BBC has. And I do have the story. So this here is the Dave Gibbons collection of Doctor Who. It's very, very, very nice, and it does have the Star Beast in there. So I'm going to reread it. I'm going to read it,
and you're going to wreck the binding on that book.
No. I'm going to be very careful.
Look, it looks like you're like just whipping it around willy nilly there,
manhandling it.
I'm very upset right now.
So that I'm gonna do, and I am gonna write a review.
Show everybody the Star Beast because they didn't get to see it.
Now I'm gonna find it again. Give me a second here.
Language. Let's say I have some other people way figure that out. 16-bit mascots in the house. Once they go woke, they never go back. They're gonna have to figure out a way back, or they're in big trouble. What's up, Steve?
All right, so there's the splash page for the
there's the Beast
for the story
with 2 backs. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
it was
for that joke.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's get to it. We got to get to this story, guys, and then I've got another member chat I got to get to, but let's get to this. And good to see you, man, Squatch. Good to see you. Jenna Ortega, who's got this scroll?
I do. This is me. So you have to wind here just a little bit to kind of understand how exactly we got to this point, because this has been a rapidly ongoing story. But a few years ago, Wes Craven, who was responsible for a lot of the Scream franchise, passed away. So they decided that, well, now that he's dead, let's reboot the Scream franchise and make it fit for modern audiences. So as a result, you got a bunch of diversity and inclusion hires inserted into the new Scream franchise, including Melissa Barberera, I want to say her name. Barrera. She was essentially in the series. She's now the biracial daughter of Billy Loomis, who was the killer from the first Scream movie. Somehow, in between the first Scream, he had a daughter with some Hispanic woman, and now that's her character, or at least that was her character. The Scream 6 and Scream 5 came out over the last couple of years. It did moderate box office success based on its budget. Got back a lot of money versus what they put into it. So they were going all in on Scream 7, which was supposed to be filming sometime at the end of either this year or next year before the strikes happen. Well, now the franchise looks like it is completely dead in the water at the moment, because Melissa has been fired from the franchise based on comments that she made on her social media account over the last couple of weeks, which were very pro-Palestine and very anti-Israel. So I think we all know by now what's going on in that region, the whole terrorist attack with Hamas, and then the response from the nation of Israel over the last several weeks have had people choosing one side or another, because that's what modern Hollywood is. Everyone needs to give out their political opinions now, and this is the world that they set up. So you reap what you sow. And Melissa is obviously very pro-Palestine, and she got fired for a couple of comments that she made over social media. But I guess one was inferring that, the Jews, especially the ones that control the Hollywood and media industry, have a certain interest in the nation of Israel, and that was a big no-no in Hollywood. So as a result of making those comments, she was fired from the project. She's no longer going to be a part of Scream 7, and she's pretty much been removed from the franchise altogether. And about 12 hours after that announcement was made, Jenna Ortega also made the announcement that she will also not be coming back to the Scream franchise as well. Now, they tried to spin this as if, well, the problem is that she won't be able to do that because she's filming Wednesday, so there's no way that she can do both. However, there's people going behind the scenes saying that really didn't have anything to do with it. They could have done both if they wanted to. But I guess some people found out that Jenna Ortega's opinions about Palestine and Israel are really no different than Melissa's comments about the nation as well.
Yeah, we need to be real careful with references to nationalities and ethnicities and things. So,
yeah,
but I look, I don't want to ever not go to talking about a subject, but this particular thing is not going to work out for a lot of people in Hollywood.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of gosh, what's the right word? Tolerance.
No.
For opinions that don't jive with, the people that fund Hollywood. And
yeah,
there's not a lot of tolerance on either side. and people are not. And the biggest problem is that, people can't let other people have an opinion. And, at the same time, it seems kind of reprehensible to, to have people like, taking the side of people who made an and kind of a surprise attack. Or, I mean, there's no win here for anybody. So the fact that anybody's making comments on this, as far as being in this, and being in the industry, I think that's foolish. It's like, you don't understand that this is, saying something either way is going to put you in a bad position, right?
Yeah, but the big problem, just real quick, big problem with Hollywood is that they've encouraged this for so long now that people in the Hollywood bubble think that they can pretty much get away with it because they're just assuming, well, I'm on, the political left. So if you're on the political left, you can pretty much say whatever you want. And now people are finding out that's not particularly the case. But I mean, this is the atmosphere that they've created over the last few years. And now it's bitten them in the ass because this entire Scream franchise is pretty much dead in the water now. They just lowballed Nev Campbell out of the last Scream movie just last year. Basically said that, they were supposed to, she wanted a better offer for the movie. They told her, no, we don't really need you anymore. Well, now that their big two cash cows are out of the film, now they have to come crawling back to Nev Campbell to bring her back to the franchise just to save this thing, or it's going to be completely dead. So
I was going to say, 15 years ago, I was in first year media fundamentals. And there's the big class where everybody's in the auditorium, and the guy who heads up the programs at the front there. And the very first section of the series of classes that we had, he covered this very conflict, and he challenged everybody to, how we would react to this conflict 15 years ago. Talking about Hollywood and how to succeed in Hollywood. So
growing up in Southern California, being around Hollywood, I definitely had, and I still do have, a handful of people that are pretty entrenched in the studio system and work. If they're not, had attempted to be actors at one point, now they're working in post, or they're working in the production side, or for IATI. And on a handful of those individuals have told me that the circles that they have run through in the last handful of years, and a lot of the friends that they've made, are kind of tearing themselves apart. Because if you think about the people from their political ideology that are in Hollywood, for the most part, it's people on one side of the aisle. And over the last 3, 4, 5 years, they've really been banding together because of a lot of the social issues that we've been seeing. And it's all been, hey, we all agree on this. Now there's something where they're split and they're tearing each other apart. And from what I've heard, there are some people where social gatherings are just not happening. They're being canceled. There are a lot of people that were very friendly with each other and we're going to be doing some favors for jobs and employment and all of that are no longer doing that because of certain people's opinions and which side they're taking on the entire Israel and Palestine conflict. And it's pretty wild. But one of my friends recently said, he just straight up told me, he said, think about this. You're going to go out, and when the people that are really signing the big checks are the Bergs and the Steens and the Owitzes, that's literally what he said. He said, what do you think is going to happen when you're talking about getting rid of their country? And I was like, oh, that's...
I like I said, there's no win here. And I, I hate talking about this subject. I know that there's a lot there to it. But at the same time, there's not going to be a win. This conversation doesn't win for anybody. It doesn't win for us here on YouTube. It doesn't win for the audience. There's not going to be common ground on something like this. I mean, it doesn't win for anybody in the industry. Somebody try to find me a win here.
I think that's why my teacher brought it up.
Yeah,
because it's always been that way.
I don't think there's a win here, but there definitely is a test for the commentariat, especially those of us who sat there and said that what happened to Gina Carano was unfair and unjust and not right. Because as much as you might not like it being pointed out, what's happening to Barrera rather, is the exact same thing. You say something that the in crowd doesn't like, and we're going to punish you for it. And if we're going to be free speech absolutists, and then you've got to sit there and say, I don't agree with your, I don't agree with what your point of view is, but I will fight to the death for you to have the right to say it. And it's the same kind of thing. Now, should she have said such things? Probably not. You know, this is situational awareness here, where you don't bite the hand that feeds you, but at the same time, it's an opportunity. The win, I guess, is that we have an opportunity here to point out the inconsistency of the system and say the system needs to be fixed because it's broken because of all of the
Yeah, I mean,
hypocrisy,
there's
hypocrisy that's in the whole thing now.
yeah, there's certainly, we can, like, the whole Middle Eastern conflict aside, we can definitely look at this as just strictly a Hollywood problem. It's like, this is, like I said, this is the system that they have created here. And if you're talking
Yeah.
about, if you're going to be consistent with free speech, if you're going to defend Gina Carano, you have to defend this. Here's where I will push back on that. It's not that it's up to us to defend her based on what she said. They need to realize that it's their bubble that they've created over there in Hollywood that has created this atmosphere in the first place. You're the ones who've essentially created this atmosphere where you can't go against the grain in any way, shape, or form, or else they'll cut your throat and you're out of the club. It's like, you guys have all endorsed this in one way or another. It was fine when it was only Republicans and Trump supporters who were getting shown the boot and getting kicked out the door, but now it's starting to happen to some of you guys, and now you expect us, who have already been kicked out of the door, to come rushing to your defense. Or are you going to take any responsibility whatsoever from the atmosphere that you created? Like, you essentially created this monster, and now you're getting angry that it's starting to swipe at you and attack you guys as well. So there's got to be a balance here on that front.
And Jacob, I don't see that as being pushed back, and as you pushing back on my point. I think that just is complementary to that, because you're right. Up until this, it was, anybody that's a conservative, anybody that's a Republican, anybody that's right wing, right of whatever is the main narrative, is bad, evil, whatever. And this is the point where the progressive far extreme left starts to eat their own, and it happens every single time.
Yeah.
Because it's, we've seen the illustrations, left and right are here and the center's here, and then left goes this way and right kind of here, and left goes here and right kind of here and left goes here, and then all of a sudden the center's in a different place, and this person that's standing here is suddenly on the far right. What happened to you? Well, nothing happened to me.
No, again, it all comes down to where you push the goalposts. So, but we kind of need to move on to the chats and everything. We've got more subjects to cover, and this one is dangerous. This is a lightning rod, so I think we handled it very responsibly. Thank you all for doing so.
Very responsible.
And I still have Mrs. Boss's request, so we're
I'm kind of worried about Mrs. Boss's request at this point, but okay. Let's see.
I'm sure it's one thing, Culture, real quick, and that is, it just goes to show once again how creatively bankrupt Hollywood is when they go back to milk the cow of Wes Craven, rest in peace. I checked out of the Scream franchise once Wes died. I did buy the copy of, I think it's 5, where Nev came back. I still haven't watched it. But it just goes to show, who cares? I'm at that point, and I really only stand on one side of things, and that's America's side.
I stand on the side of people. So that's a whole other conversation. But we got to get to these. And thank you for that, Jelly. We got Michael Gonzalez out there in the world. Thanks for being here, my friend. Appreciate your support for, my goodness, 8 months. Well done. 60th is meh, bad. Spent money on effects. Ending sucked. Yeah, that's a great, concise review of Doctor Who, to be sure. What a way to waste the 60th year, right? Anyway. Just garbage, a show that was about, something broader like Star Trek was, and then now to bring it into the neo-Marxist era.
And the overnight numbers were half what the 50th anniversary was, Day of the Doctor.
And what does that tell you?
Not shocking after the massive amounts of fan base that has been lost over the past few seasons.
I mean, I'm seeing it's the second best debut of the weekend for BBC, but it's still half the number of people that watch the Day of the Doctor.
Yeah, they'll find some kind of like headline to make it seem like it's a bigger deal than it actually is. Because once you really start getting into the numbers, it's usually not that good.
I want to see the week. I want to see the week-to-week drop, because
Me too.
Special number 2 is coming up this coming Saturday.
That's going to be rough. Well, we got a very special super chat here from my great friend Makini Draws for $5. Great to see him, Makini. Makini's going through all kinds of great art styles. He sends a $5 super chat to say, "Hail culture and chat." Well, hail to you, brother. Great to see you. One of the best people I know. And Monica for an Australian $2 comes at us and says, "You need to fire your ableist editor or else." This is a person who has sent their very first super chat on a live stream to say that. I will talk to Grant. I don't even know what he was ableist about. So, but thank you.
I'm not sure that that's what it was addressing.
Look, I don't think we need a reason to fire Grant, for being completely honest here. I mean,
I do.
Well, unless Monica's talking about Doctor Who.
I think she may be. I mean, I haven't seen his comments, so I'm going to plead ignorance until I get a chance to see them. But it sounds like I need to see them. So thank you, Monica.
Speaking of all this cripple talk, I just want to remind everyone that Echo is coming out on Disney Plus here just in a few weeks. It's going to be great.
That's the best start of a sentence I've heard in months. I'm going to try that on some of my work Zoom calls this week. See how that goes.
Right.
I don't think it's going to go well. Jason's sharing something in the back. Jason, am I supposed to do something with this?
Well, this goes to Mrs. Boss's request. So, and I have the sound turned off, but it's safe.
Okay.
Safe-ish.
So Mrs. Boss sees this TV commercial.
Okay, hang on. Let's get this into a place of power. And hang on. Don't keep your panties. Okay, we got it set up.
All right.
Set it up.
So Mrs. Boss sees this TV commercial.
Okay.
And given the history now and her familiarity with the show and the Legion of Memers, she has a request that this TV commercial should be in your repertoire, Mr. Culture Casino, because she saw this and immediately
thought of me.
Thought of you.
I knew that was coming. All right, here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. I have a feeling this was not going to bode well for me.
I hope it's a Mentos commercial.
Not quite. All right, it is the new Capital One commercial featuring John Travolta as Santa Claus.
Yeah, I've seen this.
So you can't tell by the way I use my welcome awards.
Mrs. Boss sees this and she immediately thinks we need to see Culture Casino as Santa Claus in a parody of this spot.
So how much money do we have to raise in order to get Culture to dye his hair and his beard white and then put on a Santa suit?
I don't know about dyeing. My hair's getting
white's easy. You just get some clown white makeup and you streak it down. I mean, it's how we do it in theater all the time. It's easy to do and it washes out just fine. But yeah, here you go, right there. There's the new look for Culture Casino.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I was going to surprise everybody and be Santa when we got to the holiday on stream, but thanks for spoiling
you could debut it. You could debut it at the 20,000 subscriber.
Oh, okay. So dude, I love it. Let's go to the moon. 20,000 by Christmas.
I never knew that Santa was a Scientologist.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I guess we have confirmation.
Jacob, is that a new article?
Yeah, I think so.
By the way, Disney's at 9606.
Yeah, they made a nice bounce. Let's see how everybody decides they're doing after they get the bad news about the about the films. All right, thanks. This is from Jacob. It looks like CM Punk is returning. Wow.
Yeah, so this is a whole other can of worms, but this is the other big story that broke over the weekend. So last night at WWE Survivor Series, Punk returned to WWE for the first time in almost 10 years. And this is coming off the heels where just 3 months ago, he was fired for AEW after getting into his second physical altercation with people backstage. So little background story here. CM Punk quit WWE back in 2014, left the company in very, very bad terms. He was pretty much burying supporting them in any chance that he got. AEW comes along over the last few years. So 2 years ago, he arrives at AEW, becomes their big star, and everyone's happy that Punk's back. But it only took about a year for that whole relationship to sour. He got into a physical altercation with a group of wrestlers about a year ago, got suspended, came back earlier this year, and about 4 months later got into another physical altercation to the point where he was fired from AEW and left that company. And now last night on WWE, they decided to bring Punk back now that he's free from any other pro wrestling company. So this is the big story last night because it's a very, very mixed reaction. I think people who like CM Punk and are big CM Punk fans are happy that he's back, but there's a lot of people who are not that happy about him coming back, including some people in the locker room. Apparently may not be happy to welcome him back as well because, like I said, this is a guy who's essentially buried the company for the last 10 years, blamed him for getting him sick, almost killing him, ruining his life in a lot of aspects. There's a lot of personal animosity there with some of the big stars in the company, like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and other big guys who are in the company as well. But they're going to have to deal with Punk one way or another because he's back, and at least he's going to be there for the next couple of years unless he gets into another fight and then he leaves that company again too. So that was the big social media story from last night, is that Punk is back, and now we
He
got
got
to
a
wait to
big
see what
pop,
happens.
but it didn't seem like he was wrestling all that well, right?
No, I mean, when he was in AEW, he wasn't very, let's just play, he wasn't very good. I mean, he's like 44 years old now. I think he's turning 45 next year. His age definitely was showing in AEW. He got hurt a couple of times, so it's like his health wasn't really there either. So his AEW run was just a complete disaster, if we're really being honest with it. But because he's back in WWE now for the first time in 10 years, people are kind of under the assumption that, well, things are going to be different this time now that he's back and Triple H is in charge. But like I said, this is a guy that's pretty much known for burning his bridge for every single wrestling organization he's ever been in. So assuming that this time is going to work out well is one hell of a bet to make at this point. So
Well,
well, let me chime in on this real quick because I know my WWE lore. I go way back to Hulkamania days. And one thing Vince would always say, Vince McMahon, that is, who I believe still owns WWE, even though Hunter is in charge, Triple H.
Well, no, actually, the WWE just sold their controlling shares to Endeavor, which is the parent company of UFC.
Of
So
UFC,
they've combined UFC and WWE into one parent company now.
Mm-hmm.
So Endeavor technically runs WWE at the moment.
Well, from days past, what I understand about WWE is Vince would always say he doesn't listen to the politics; he listens to the fans, and if the fans want to see somebody, he brings them back. Great example is when he incorporated NWO after they pretty much trashed WWE during the Monday Night Wars back in the day. You also had the Ultimate Warrior get brought back after they put out a very controversial film called The Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. They brought him back and inducted him into the Hall of Fame. So this is no big surprise that a controversial character comes back to wrestling for WWE once again. Now, the real question is, how long will it last?
Yeah.
Well,
And will they
you
bury
had
him?
said that he got in some hot water for physical altercations behind the scenes, but I thought that kind of thing was encouraged. Are you telling me that all of the times that I saw the Heartbreak Kid give someone Sweet Chin music backstage, that was all a setup? You telling me that wasn't real?
Well, there's Shawn Michaels giving people the super kick on a television show, and then there's Shawn Michaels getting beat up at a bar with a bunch of Marines back in the day because he was high on coke and he was annoying. So, I mean, there's I don't know how to break this to you, but wrestling is not necessarily real, and when it gets real, it causes a little bit of problems behind
Spoiler
it.
alert,
My
folks.
whole life has been a lie.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrestling is for kids anyway. If you're an adult watching this, you probably have something wrong with you, just to be honest. But
You'd be surprised at the
Hey.
amount of 40-year-olds last night that were
I
going crazy
went
over
to my
this.
I went to my very first live WWE show in Huntsville, Alabama a few months back and saw Rey Mysterio Jr. and it actually was a lot of fun. I will tell you, I understood the moment that I walked in, I saw the way the crowd was reacting to what was going on in the ring. I understood in that moment why people are lifelong fans. It's something else when you're there in person, for sure.
I think that's true.
I'll be a Hulkamaniac for the rest of my life. I got to meet the Hulkster in person and Ric Flair, And those were two of the greatest moments of my life, to be honest.
Randy thought it was like a bunch of marks.
If only we had to add that Raven clip to the Rolodex here.
We do. Yeah, I got to find that. That'd be awesome. Drop that on the show. I tell you what. Wrestling for a period of time, especially when I was in my early 30s, it was kind of that, get everybody together for the event thing, and it was a good time. And I hadn't done that since I was in my teens, so it was kind of fun. But things kind of shifted in the last 10 or 15 years, and I'm checked out. I hate to say it, but I've been checked out. So
we used to get all the pay-per-views.
For fans who were like people who were fans like of the 80s era, when you had like Hogan, Warrior, and Savage and those guys, and if you were like a 90s fan like Steve Austin and the
Attitude
Rock
Era,
the Undertaker, Kane, those guys, like it's very hard for guys who were in that era of pro wrestling to get into what it is now. It's definitely very, very different from what it was back during those times. So,
thanks to the writer's strike, I guess The Rock has finally come back to wrestling as well. So he's taking another run at it. So
the Rock is desperately trying to repair his image after that whole thing with Oprah in Hawaii blew up in his face pretty badly.
Oh, that was such a bad look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Rock went from being in talks of, oh yeah, you could win the presidential election right now, to don't say anything about The Rock real quick.
Dude, I guess this is kind of another story we can bring up here real quick, but Rock went on Joe Rogan's podcast about maybe 2 weeks ago.
Disaster.
And if you remember when Joe Rogan was being canceled by like CNN and like all these like left-wing people on media and social media, because Rogan during the whole time of COVID, he was saying that, I got COVID, but I took ivermectin and I feel fine. I got better. And that was when you couldn't utter those words like at all. So they were all going on CNN talking about, oh, Joe Rogan's getting people killed and he's going to kill people because he's telling people not to take the vaccine and stuff like that. So The Rock, who is his good friend, knows Joe Rogan for a long time, could have easily came out and said that, hey, Rogan's a good guy. Things that people are saying about him are not true. He decided that instead of defending Rogan, he completely threw him under the bus because somebody tried to call him out saying that, oh, listen to his old stand-up. He's a racist. He doesn't like black people. And The Rock, because of where he is in Hollywood, decided to kowtow to the lies and threw his good buddy under the bus. So they hadn't really spoken in like 2 years until the podcast. You can tell that there was definitely tension still there between the two, because Rock didn't even like come out and say, it's like, yeah, man, I should have, been there for you when everyone was coming at you, because everyone in the MMA community was backing like Rogan. Like, everyone had Rogan's back at the time, but Rock, who's the biggest name in Hollywood at that time, didn't even have the balls to come out and defend his friend when that whole thing was going down.
Yeah, Rogan interviewed the Hulkster not too long ago as well, and great interview. If you get a chance to watch that, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of The Rock at the moment, and I don't want to get into why on my show, but someday I'll be on a political show and I'll go crazy. But I know this. Joker Voice says, for 23 months of membership, hail Culture Chat, saving the doctor on my channel. I hope you're able to do so, the Joker's Voice. He does have a great channel. He's a good guy, and he's a very supportive human being, so do check out
I don't think
the Joker's Voice. Now, because somebody was concerned about my editor showed up. It is Grant. I don't know what you're calling yourself, dude. This is very strange.
Is he fired yet, or like?
What do you have to say for yourself, Grant?
Apparently, I'm an ableist. That's all I know.
Oh,
and
all right.
People have been yelling at me because I said I thought it was a bit weird that the chick in the wheelchair moved a leg, and no one said anything. So therefore, I now hate the entire UK disabled community, and they're actively coming after me. So someone said something in the chat.
So you're making friends?
I'm trying to make friends, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, their arguments, like most of the disabled community, they don't have a leg to stand on. So,
can you apologize to Monica, please? Because Monica was upset.
Monica, you're a dickhead.
Okay. That's not an apology, Grant. We try.
Do you have to be in a wheelchair to be a dickhead,
Monica,
though?
I'm sorry, you're a dickhead.
No, we try not to attack our chat. I mean, somebody's going to call you lofty, dude. Come on.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. Huh?
Well, I've actually seen some discussion on this online, and she does She's in a wheelchair. She does actually cross her legs. I've seen, she's posted online. She's got a hole in her spine, and her spinal cord is kind of shredded. She's got spina bifida, but it doesn't completely paralyze her apparently. And there's been a whole lot of back and forth on, well,
that's I mean,
but it does look weird when the person in the wheelchair crosses her legs and there's no explanation about it at all.
Well, because
So,
they also use her disability as a plot point later on, and that was what my initial point was.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't walk up the stairs, therefore she ended up getting safe, and she's the only one that survived the attack thing. So it was just a dumb thing.
But it was organic to what they were doing at the point, because she sat there and said, "Don't let me stop you. Just go." And I thought that was kind of just, it made sense.
Well,
because nobody else has seen it, so we won't talk.
I refuse to weigh in on it because I didn't see it. But you know,
but if you're a fan of invalids, it's great to note that next month, everyone's favorite one-legged superhero is going to get her own Disney Plus show. She's Native American. She has one leg. She's deaf, and she's possibly gay. Echo. 5 episodes.
I know, but Jacob, why?
Because you put a chick in it and you make it gay.
You make it lame and gay.
Lame and gay. Duh.
And if she's got one leg, does that count as lame?
Why are you?
Can you technically scissor with like 1.5 legs?
I will kick you off the show. Goodness. All right, let's talk some Wish, because I wish this movie didn't come out, and I think Disney probably does too. It fizzles. Wish fizzles at the box office. Napoleon beats expectations as Hunger Games lands on top again. What do we have to think about this one, gentlemen?
I think it's rightfully so that for Disney's 100-year anniversary, the movie that they release is an absolute flop in the box office. If there's anything that really signifies what Disney's been going through lately, it has to be this, right? Yeah. If there's so many different failures that Disney's had over the past 10 years that we could probably look back on and be like, hey, that was a bad move. That's a bad look. This is kind of the, look at this. It's a little star on top of the Christmas tree of Disney's failure. Am I right?
That really looks like the Super Mario Brothers star.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and Perch had a good thread on this. He said he basically accidentally ended up watching this thing with his kids, and that everybody who's screaming about it being woke online, he says there's not a whole lot to that, but it's stupid. And all of the Easter eggs, there's even some articles about this. Apparently, all of the Easter eggs that are in this movie were tracked with an Excel spreadsheet. Now, when you get to that point where you're having to keep track of all of the different pieces just to make sure you've checked all your boxes for your winks and your nods, that's not a story. That's terrible craft. And you're doing it just to, hey, look at what we did. The story gets subsumed underneath all of this, and it just turns into this. He said it's instantly forgettable. None of the songs are anything worth taking home to sing along with later.
No,
and the whole thing's just dumb all the way through.
Is this computer animated or hand animated?
It's digital. It's digital.
Yeah, it looks digital.
Yeah, digital. It's not done by Pixar, right?
That's a great way to celebrate 100 years of hand animated history with a digital film.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting that they would decide to go that route. I wonder if they saw the success of all of those Easter eggs and the nods from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Speaking of that, and they said, hey, that did a really good job of this, and a lot of the fans that were kind of in on it kind of had some things in that movie that was really for them. So they tried to replicate that with this, and then they ultimately just failed.
Yeah. Perch also said that the star and the little animal, the little goat, he says they're clearly designed simplistically to make them easy for plush toys.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the character of the goat, is it safe to say that goat is bad?
No, actually, the goat's probably the best thing, at least as far as voice acting goes.
I gotta be honest with you here. Like, you guys know how much I love dogpiling on Disney, especially after the last 7 years. But I heard absolutely nothing about this movie up until like I got here. Like I've heard like nothing about this film
Sometimes that's
whatsoever.
more
They haven't
embarrassing.
promoted it that much at all. If this is going to be the big 100-year celebration, you think they would be smearing this all over the place in advertising, and they didn't. I haven't seen very much promotion on this at all.
Yeah, I agree with Nano on that whole point on Napoleon too, because that's one of the few movies I did check out this weekend, and it's definitely disappointing. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Was Vanessa Kirby worth seeing?
Not
What?
really, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, she's featured in the movie, but not in the way that you want, either acting or looks wise. So it's not great.
Okay, well, rewinding real quickly. None of the films that were in the box office this week were worth seeing, and
That's a fair assessment.
That includes Wish, Napoleon, which Nano Reaper says was terrible, and Hunger Games, which actually won the weekend. That still blows my mind, right? Because that still, think about how little money Hunger Games, Songbirds, Snakes, and Airplanes, and Lenny Bruce is Not Afraid. Think about how little money that made. And then think about that.
Well, you would have to address the elephant in the room. Who asked for that movie?
Nobody.
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing how quickly you can actually come close to breaking even when your movie doesn't cost $300 million.
Yeah, it's a Super Mario Brothers. Sorry.
Here's a thought that I have, and y'all see if this tracks at all, because we've had over the years, in terms of entertainment, comic books, movies, we've had the silent era, we've had the golden age, we had the silver age, the modern age in terms of comic books. I want to say that right now we are in the message era of entertainment, and I think we're going to be here probably another 2 to 5 years. I hate to say that. I think we're the only reason I say 2 to 5 years is because I do see some signs of the pendulum swinging back to center, but it's not happening fast enough. I think 2 to 5 years still of this crap, because we thought maybe the Doctor Who 60th was going to be relatively safe, and it wasn't. And so I still think that there's some elements out there that kind of keep.
I think.
Wait, there's some people there were people that were hopeful. Who? Because it was Davies. Yes, I saw some chatter online.
Dude, I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Maybe Davies, but he didn't.
Like, I had all the faith in the world that Davies was going to nail it. I genuinely thought he was going to do it. I thought the little clips that we were seeing here and there was just going to be a weird little byproduct. I didn't realize it was going to be the preachiest of all preachy episodes.
Yeah,
the third video I did on my channel was Russell T Davies is not going to save Doctor Who, and the whole point was that was when they had announced the new Rose. That showed right then.
I mean, as far as like Hollywood,
the way they were going to go with it.
As far as Hollywood changing course on this, we're going to have to get to the point where all of this woke nonsense is like so toxic and insufferable to the audience that the mere like sight of anything is going to lose them like 9 figures. And I think for some studios, that's a reality right now, but I don't think it's enough of a reality where they're actually going to turn away from it at this point.
Eventually. I don't think it's a 50-50 thing. I mean, maybe it was at one point where it was really divided by the politicization, but as time moves on, and I've seen this and other things, like I sometimes I joke about it, it's like when I was back in high school, scooters were really, really like popular until they weren't, and then they came back again, and we always kind of move from place to place, and I think it's way more than 50% that are kind of just tired of this and want to move on. And we're seeing that you don't get to a box office this terrible with 50% of the population not being interested. It's like 80 or 90% now plus who are getting to the point where they're just ready to move on. They've had, they're tired of it, right?
Yeah.
And that includes people on and multiple and all political, but for the very extreme minorities.
And I think a lot of those people are not even 100% aware the way we are. We pay attention to all of this stuff. We talked about this before. We're we're steeped in this stuff. We study it, we pay attention to it, we look at everything, we analyze it. There are people that are just instinctively turning away from all of this just because they're recognizing that it's inherently bad, not necessarily why it's bad, although there is some of that. But I think some of these people are really just like, this is kind of a dumb story. This doesn't look very interesting, and they see all of the promotions and the media coverage and the whatnot, and it's like, I don't have any interest in seeing this. I don't have any interest in reading this. I don't care about this.
Well,
None of the general population are invested in these projects in ways like they used to be.
Yeah, when I went to go see Napoleon on Friday, when I was going, the gentleman was scanning my ticket on my phone, and I asked him why there were so many people there, and I said, "Is everybody here to go see Wish?" That kind of seemed to me at that point to be the logical thing that would have the crowds, and he said, "No, all of these people are here to see Napoleon." And I asked him realistically, what is the mix of individuals that are seeing Napoleon versus here to see Wish? And he said, Napoleon is taking it far and away. Nobody's seeing Wish. It's unless they all went earlier in the day before his shift started. He was telling me he didn't see anyone. And it's at, I went to one of the major IMAX theaters out here. So it's kind of like one of the premier theaters and cinemas that you would think that's where the families would be going. But no, turns out not.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I know this much. I want to read this, guys, so please bear with me. Heading into the weekend, the musical fable Wish was projected to earn $35 million over the traditional weekend and $45 to $50 million over its first 5 days of release. That is a bold-faced lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Why do I say that? Well, because they were predicting this was going to make $85 to $105 million in the early projections.
I remember
Right.
that.
And as we got closer and closer, they started to recognize just how much the audience is rejecting Disney. But instead of just coming out and saying it, they kept softening the numbers and softening the numbers, and it still didn't make it to the number. It's got it maybe made 41 to $49 million over the course of 7 days. See, they're also lying to you because they had super secret sneaks to the tune of $500,000. Not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before it was released. A lot of people went to go see it.
Mhm.
I'm so mad at these. These are so disingenuous. It makes me angry.
Well, you've got this Luis Fernando person on Twitter.
Oh, he's an idiot.
He's basically saying in his tweet says 7 days ago, no one in the industry would have foreseen this outcome, but Wish, a PG animation ideal for families, not only underperformed industry's projections over Thanksgiving's long weekend, but also ended up in third place in the U.S. box office. Blah 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 blah. And Andre at Midnight Edge has a very very good response to this, and a lot of people responded to it. It's saying, "Where have you been? Everybody saw this outcome. We all knew that it was going to perform badly because we've been keeping track. We've been paying attention to everything." And again, this goes back to the normies out there are starting to wake up. Culture even wrote an article about this for the Fan Activity Gazette here not too long ago, a few months ago.
Yep.
The general population, the regular, ordinary John Q. public civilians are starting to wake up to the fact that the entertainment industry is not focused on entertaining anyone. And they're tired of it. And they're staying home.
Put it to you like this: the Hunger Games prequel that nobody asked for, it's already made more money than the Marvels, even though it came out a week after the Marvels, and it really just goes to show you just how dead in the water those two films are. But no one's really talking about either one of those movies or any of the movies that came out this weekend. You know what everyone's really hyped for right now? The Godzilla movie that comes out next week, and that wasn't even made in America. It's a Japanese Godzilla film, and that's the only movie that anyone's talking about now for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I want to go see that so badly.
And then you look ahead, like I gotta like bring up like exactly what films are coming out here. There's nothing in December that's gonna get anyone hyped. I mean, I think the biggest movie on paper coming out in December is what Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2.
But who's really into that? Because outside of that, all you got is what The Color Purple. Does anyone want to go see that movie? No.
So the original.
Well, no, the original was great. Now they're making this thing into a very strange musical. That's I
Are
wouldn't.
they,
got the
are
Little
they
Mermaid
making,
in it.
wait, are they making a movie out of the Broadway adaptation of the movie?
Yes,
Is that what they're doing?
yes.
But it's based on not based on the Broadway musical. It's
Oh,
based
my
on the movie that was based on the Broadway musical.
Yeah.
No, it's got the solid 5 Haley Berry coming in to sing on that from the Little Mermaid fame, and that alone should put butts in seats. Sorry.
Oh, did
She
you
convinced me. I'm gonna go see it.
Did you see Halle Bailey was complaining because apparently she's pregnant?
What?
I guess.
But wait, was she pregnant or was the woman that she was complaining about pregnant?
I don't know. Somebody apparently said something about Halle Bailey's nose because Halle's pregnant. I don't know, but
Somebody actually had
like,
sex with that.
Stop it.
What are you doing here? Why are we talking about this? But she apparently got offended because somebody made a comment about her nose changing shape because she was pregnant or something. I've never known anyone to have their nose change shape because of pregnancy. And that's the takeaway for me. I'm like, how does that happen?
I'm really confused.
Yeah, the only women that I know that had their nose changed like that is like Tina Turner and Rihanna.
Michael Jackson.
He didn't
Halle
get
Berry
pregnant.
got a
though.
nose job.
Oh, I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. Okay, thanks. Thanks.
Well,
I just can't wait till they cancel the Pinocchio ride and make it the Wish ride, just like they did at Splash Mountain, because there's just too much of that stuff.
Okay, nose changing thing is just a joke. Okay, all right. Why did stop?
I got an article.
I just stop.
It's really hard to tell anymore.
Look, I think we can all agree that between boxing and music, Rihanna made the right career choice.
I don't get it.
I'm running out of energy, guys. Okay. I had one more thing to point out. In fact, I'm still going to bring it up. You guys, I am undaunted at this point. So, this is something I want you to stare at for a minute because it'll make you use your brain. And I know that'll be something that, will challenge some of you on this stream. See,
is this the Wish Easter egg Excel spreadsheet?
No. What? No. Why?
Because I'm your friend.
Okay.
Is it a flow chart instead?
No, it's an actual spreadsheet. So and you can tell it's mine because there's a big old ace in the corner there. But
I could
anyway,
actually hear Culture's butt pucker earlier.
You guys are gonna hear the wrath of Culture when we're done with this stream.
Are we at least gonna get like a chance to like promote our stuff since it's gonna be our last appearance on the show?
Yeah. All right. So I put together a spreadsheet of the last 6 Disney films, starting with Wish, The Marvels, Dial of Diarrhea, Elemental, Little Mermaid, Haunted Mansion. So if you look at it, they spent 200, 274, 300, 200, 250, and 90. Now we know they're lying, and they spent more money than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will up.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you lock the first column so we could keep the titles? Never mind. Go ahead.
Wow.
Never
why
mind.
can't I see it?
And now we're trying to teach a boomer how Excel works.
No, I know how it works. I can't. Where's the thing that locks it? What the hell?
I don't know. Is it in tools?
No,
Anyway,
you've just got to pull the top part down in between the one and that clear part up the top.
Data.
On the side, just pull that down.
Data.
If that doesn't work, hold Alt and then double tap F4.
Bye then. If I do that, I know how that works. All right. Anyway,
Mead
I'm not worried about it. Let me read this. I'm not doing this anymore. All right. You guys are mean, and this may be my last appearance on this show. Anyway,
Cool.
the production budget.
Oh, we're just now getting a mead raid. Okay.
All right. The domestic opening for Wish was 19,500,000 on its actual official weekend open.
Ouch.
You had the Marvels at 46 million. You had what was this? Indiana Jones and the Terrible Dysentery for 60 million open. You had Elemental opening to 29 million. You had The Little Mermaid opening to 95 million, so that's a little better. And then you had The Haunted Mansion opening at 24.2 million. Now, those domestic box office numbers there, those are what you got for opens. Then you have the domestic total box office. Haunted Mansion only made 75 million. Elemental only made 298 million, I think. Is that right? No, that was Little Mermaid. Elemental only made 154 million. Diarrhea Destiny Pants made 174 million. So far, the Marvels have made 76 million, and you're looking at a grand total of 31.7 million for Wish. So, worldwide box office is right here. This is what the break-even point for each of these films is, because I wanted to do the work. And then here's your P&L statement for this. So, Haunted Mansion lost $96 million. The Little Mermaid lost $131 million. Elemental lost $73 million. Diarrhea Pants lost $458 million. The Marvels so far to date, now it's not done running yet, has so far lost $582 million. Or I should say, it hasn't lost that money. It just has not come. It's less than break even, and profit and loss for the Wish is $511 million. So if you're looking at just how far the shortfall is, if you're looking at it in the pure financial terms, the plus opportunity cost lost, it's $1.8 billion.
Dude, the Marvels is even going to make its production budget back. Like, not even Ant-Man 3 was that bad.
Looking again, and this is again looking at opportunity cost, and I know that that's a weird way to look at things, but I always do it that way because to me, it's the most important thing.
Does that even take into account what the theaters take for the gate?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it.
That's lost opportunity cost that includes the non-rake that the theaters took in.
This is all good news, folks. I love watching Disney take L's. They deserve every one of these and then some. I hope it continues.
This is what makes me crazy, because I'm like, you're so far you're losing the theater's money in an opportunity cost. Yep. Or opportunity for profit. You're losing yourself money in an opportunity for profit. So from the pure financial terms, if you look at it the way I do, because you can't break even, you've lost money. Every dollar that you spent, and I mean, I know the real number, and I was actually working on the spreadsheet. The real number that they've lost is $1.23 billion. But that's still what did I just say? $1 million. Blah, blah. But the actual money that they're losing is embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, what's going on there, Toxic Man Flu? How are you doing?
What am I embarrassed about?
No. Be easy, Tox. Culture is a little edgy tonight.
Well, you guys are trying to get my channel removed.
No.
How?
Did we have some blue fuzzy things come out?
Not even yet. No, I haven't even got that far yet.
There was a whole boxing joke. I don't want to get into it again, but
boxing? Oh man,
can't do it. Won't do it.
I bet it was the Canadians' fault.
Wow, Graham has something.
Yeah, I knew it.
Graham has something he wants to show us.
Yeah, this is actually something that I saw the other day that had me a little bit interested, and I thought it was interesting how you brought up your spreadsheet about Disney's last handful of movies. So this is an infographic that I found going over some of the overall box office numbers for Marvel movies. And if we take a look here, one of the trends that I noticed when I was looking at this is if you look at the last 5, let's call it 5, not including the Marvels, right? The last 5 MCU movies, that is the first time that they've had a stretch of 5 movies not have a single one hit $1 billion since the first 5 movies of the MCU to have come out. Right. So it's pretty wild. And I mean, we're just going to add the Marvels onto this. There's no way, in any universe here that could ever possibly happen. Right. So it's just interesting how you're looking at, just the Disney movies and how much money those are losing. And then if we also include Marvel Studios, paints a pretty dire picture. And this is not even talking about viewership from the Disney Plus stuff. This is just the actual movie.
I'm guessing this doesn't take into account ticket price inflation.
Good question.
Just straight up.
Sure, it doesn't notate on here.
It looks like it's not taking that into account. So I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
no, it's okay.
I mean, because given how much more tickets cost today, I mean,
looking at this chart and seeing where all of the non-Avengers movies are, it makes me wonder where Captain Marvel would be if it hadn't been sandwiched in between the 2 big Avengers pictures. Now, we all know that it made $1 billion because it was there chronologically in the schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the post-credit scene gave them $1 billion essentially.
I think it's even bigger than that. I mean, this movie, The Marvels, is performing so poorly now. We have to legitimately ask the question: did they even fudge the numbers with Captain Marvel, like the first one? Because I've never seen a drop off from something that was supposedly so popular 4 years ago to a point where, like I said, it went from 1.2 to not even $200 million just a handful of years later.
Well,
the drop off is that severe?
No, I think the drop off is that severe because if you think about when Captain Marvel came out, it was MCU all-time hype. You're on the cliffhanger waiting to see what the resolution to probably the biggest cinema event ever to happen, right? So you're sitting there waiting for Endgame to come out, and it's, they sat there and whoever took care of this marketing and Kevin Feige and all of this, look, it's sheer genius that they can sit there behind the scenes and think, hey, we have something. It's not that great, but let's bullshit this audience to the point where we're going to make $1 billion on it. Genius on their side. But at the same time, the drop off is that hard because there hasn't been Marvel hype. But look at this. If you look at the movies, in between those Avengers, and then you'll have like Civil Wars up there. The last 2 Spider-Mans are all above that $1 billion line. And that's fantastic. That's kind of to be expected. Black Panther is up there. Whenever they have a lull, and there's a handful of these movies, 3, 4 in a row, where they're severely underperforming. They're not hitting $1 billion. There's an Avengers movie. There's Civil War. There's something that is coming along to get them right back up above $1 billion and have another one of those movies where it's like, okay, we're still riding a high on the MCU. If we were to think about what could potentially be in the future, there's nothing that I can foresee that the MCU is going to come out with that's going to go above that $1 billion line. It's going to be a long, desolate road until something happens with the MCU, until they come out with something. And from what I've been hearing, right, with all of this nonsense going on with Fantastic Four, with everything that we just heard some rumors, or at least I did today on Twitter, and they were saying that Moon Knight is going to get a season 2, and we're going to have Miss Marvel season 2, even though that was the lowest viewed of all of the Disney Plus shows.
We're getting a She-Hulky season 2, baby.
That's right.
There's a She-Hulky second annual going to happen. Yeah.
Which means that they have learned absolutely nothing.
They've learned nothing, and they have nothing to save their dumb asses upon. What is on the horizon for them that is going to get them back up and is going to build the hype, right? They're going to have to do something pretty massive here.
So internally, they think that Deadpool 3 is going to save them and somehow make them profitable again. But that's what they're putting all their Marvels in right now.
Disney's going to go bankrupt. It's going to be cut up and be sold.
Yeah, they're going to sell
5 to 10 years.
a lot of stuff.
Disney is just going to be the parks.
Wasn't there a rumor a little bit ago that there were some like Saudi oil princes that were trying to buy Lucasfilm for $16 billion or something like that, right? I would imagine that there are plenty of investor groups that are looking at what Disney's doing, and they're sitting there and they're scratching their heads like, if we can try to get those properties and those at a premium, then hey, we might be able to do something here. I'd imagine that there's a lot of people that are waiting to snatch up Marvel Studios, snatch up Lucasfilm, and get it out of Disney's hands.
I've personally been praying for them to sell the Muppets forever now. In fact, they just canceled Muppets Mayhem. There will be no season 2 of that. So there's
well, and again, I mean, look, we saw that coming miles away. Oh, we lost Brahma. Hang on. Hang on. We saw that coming miles away. You know why? Lily Singh was on that show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if anybody doesn't know who Lily Singh is, just go check out her YouTube channel, and you can see she's how do we say it? Anti-white. She's just very provocative as far as her opinion, and she wasn't funny. She had a nighttime show that flopped horribly, and it was like some kind of talk show that didn't do well.
Wasn't she the first bi woman of color to ever do anything that she's ever done?
Yes. Of course.
Isn't that Jennifer Lawrence?
She was the first bi woman.
And they doubled down and brought her onto the Muppets and killed that franchise as well. So she's on a roll.
I think Lil Chad was right in his comment that Endgame was for a lot of people the end. I mean, it's in the name, right? I mean, there's a closure. It's a completion of the story that's been building for 8-10 years. It's done. It's finished. The good guys win. There was the big epic battle at the end, and it's over. And we can go home. And wasn't that a rush? And there's no incentive. There's nothing coming out of that movie to incentivize watching anything that comes next.
It's literally like after Endgame ended and the audience were piling out of the theaters, like somebody at Disney was like, as people were walking past, and be like, "Hey guys, what do you guys think about Shang-Chi? Anyone interested?" Everyone just kept walking. Like that's pretty much where they've been over the last few years now. It's like, oh, what about She-Hulk? You guys like She-Hulk, right? What about Kang the Conqueror? Anyone like? They're just throwing things out the wall to see who is going to turn around and come back, and it's just not working.
What a lot of people don't discuss is the fact that they've destroyed the next generation. I watched the Snow Kid personally. He went from loving the Marvel franchise. He had the Marvel movies on repeat every night up until Endgame, and he was a little bit hyped to see what was going to happen with the Captain America series. And as soon as he watched it, I literally watched just all the love just drain out of the kid, and I could tell you there's many more boys out there that are just like him that just don't get down with this MCU, and it's hurting them. You can see it in the toy sales. Yep.
Chris Gore had it right. Disney buys these boy-centric, male-centric franchises with the goal of bringing in a male demographic audience because they haven't had that because Disney Princess. We need the men, we need the boys, we need the guys. So we buy Marvel, we buy Star Wars, and then we turn it all to a female-centric brand and destroyed it in the process.
Have you guys really been talking about this shit for over an hour now?
No.
Like, this is the same conversation we've been having for the last 3 years.
An hour and 19 minutes.
Can we just celebrate in the ending of this bullshit? I mean, like, the fucking Marvel's tanked so badly that there's no way they can deny it anymore. I think it's time we move on to bigger, better things than Marvel. Fuck them.
I agree with you.
Hey, Tom.
It's an honest question.
What are we moving on to, Tom?
I don't care anything but this. I don't give a fuck.
Tom,
I'd rather talk about pie.
Did Tom
go off somewhere and talk about your Christmas
pie.
tree?
I got a picture of Vanessa Kirby. I mean, we could look at Vanessa Kirby, but
I missed the end of your show, Tom. Did McCready win? Was he the number one choice from the thing?
No.
Boo.
This?
Yeah.
Hello. I'd rather talk about that.
Wait. No. You. No. Do it again. Tox. Do it.
Yeah, pie.
Screwed it up. I screwed it up. Tox, fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it. Tox, fix it. Hurry.
Fix it.
Quit relying on Tox to fix your problems.
He took himself off the screen. You're not there anymore.
We can't. I don't know if they can hear you anymore because you're in the back.
We can hear you, just can't see you.
I don't know.
We don't see you.
I didn't do a damn thing either. Welcome to Eevee Sucks.
So this is your rumored Sue Storm.
Oh, well, that'll work.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tom. Can we have
the star of the Fantastic Four movie?
Oh, and don't forget Silver Surfer is getting the gender swap. Yay!
Well, if they do the other surfer, what's her name, Nova, you could do that because there is a female surfer character.
Yeah.
It's still a female derivative character.
If
They Nova's initially a male character.
Swap Nor and Rad, you got a problem. But there is another the female surfer character in the Marvel comics.
But it's the normies don't know who that is.
I know.
The normies know the real Silver Surfer.
And that's the key. That's something we've talked about forever. You put all these characters in the movies, and then they go to the comic books thinking, I'm going to see the characters I see in the movies, and they don't see them.
All right.
Well, okay, so this particular actress, right? We just saw her in Mission Impossible 17 or whatever, Dead Reckoning, and then we've seen her in some other stuff too, and she's good at what she does. So I believe that she'll be good at playing Sue Storm
if she gets the good script.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the key.
And then that's another thing that we haven't really talked about. Part of the downfall of like Marvel and stuff is that they're not hiring good screenwriters and directors like anymore, like they were doing in like the first couple of phases. Now we're getting people who wrote like 2 episodes of like Rick and Morty, or a couple episodes of like, what was it? The woman who did the Marvels was responsible for, was it WandaVision, that Disney Plus series? So they just brought over the people from WandaVision to do the Marvels movie, and I was like, okay, this is fine. So that's another big problem as well.
And the writer of the Marvels apparently is going to be writing the new Tomb Raider series for what's her name, Dial of Destiny,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, yeah.
Real quick, everybody, tell everybody who this is, because
this is Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
And where'd she go? You disappeared her while
I didn't do that.
I was trying to do that.
Well, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
There you go.
Vanessa Kirby is her name.
Yeah.
She's the weapons dealer.
Yeah.
In the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. She's believable at what she does, and she's very sensual in how she does it. Speaking of that, it sounds like we're going to get another sensual character in there. Bad Take Bojan comes up with Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yay.
That might work for Silver Surfer.
No.
Her cheekbones freak me out, but hey, who wouldn't want to, who would have a problem with staring at a screen for 2 hours at female Silver Surfer?
They won't do it correctly. You know this. It's Disney.
No, they will not.
Yeah.
She'll fall off a board.
If you think you're going to get any kind of male gaze out of the MCU for the next several years,
right,
you're just playing yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, you might get the male gaze, but it's not, They did it right. They did it right with Black Widow, and I think it was Iron Man 2, and she's doing her slide under the, beams and stuff like that. But I haven't really seen some good action since then that I can really think of.
So this is a serious question for Jolly.
Oh.
If they cast Culture Casino as Silver Surfer, does he ride a surfboard or a disco stick?
I was thinking more of a scooter.
Scooter? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So the Silver Scooter. Or actually, at his age, now he's like 70 now, it's a silver wheelchair.
Well,
and they'd get the aged, all right, demographic. They would get the disabled demographic, right?
Why are we doing this
mentally challenged?
Slam dunk right there, baby.
Exactly.
Bam. Take it to the bank.
Right there. Checking every box.
Yeah.
Al B. Kirky says she'll be in baggies and a hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Silver Surfer. Yeah, they're going to
go. Hey, it could be Aquafina.
I feel confident a significant portion of the disabled community will gather around Grant and support him.
That's
against
right.
the portion of the community that's against him.
Yeah, Grant's going to get quite literally rolled up on one of these days.
Okay,
Makes sense because they're all in chairs. So.
Okay, Snake. You know what? I will take this. Silver Walker. Yes, I will
could see
take
you
that.
doing that.
I will play that character like crazy.
You could be Walker, Texas Ranger, if he was 125 years old. That you could play that part.
I could do that. You know what? I bet you I could kick higher than Queen Latifah does on Equalizer.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
Wow.
That show's still in production.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Paraplegic could kick higher than her.
Careful now. Would you guys stop? Stop!
That was a good joke.
New member of the show.
See, now you did it.
Hey, Tom, I like that joke.
Bob.
Well, it was good being on the Sunday night show and a co-host with your culture, and now that we're all canceled.
Oh,
Dude,
well, it's your channel's gone.
I liked my channel. I'm just saying.
The channel's still good.
Shrebbers!
So,
for $5 says Sortes côtelettes de porc de votre brasserie. Yes.
That means that she has a silver bra.
Yes, and I think that they will definitely rock her bra. And she will be the flattest chested Silver Surfer you've ever seen. She will be bound chested.
You should have people super chat
Her chest will be the surfboard.
And have me translate them for you.
Sortes.
That would be dangerous.
Will Silver Surfer and Sue Storm get it on?
Hell yeah. Hold on.
Well, okay, so what?
ladies' man
Human Torch, and Silver Surfer chick style supposedly had like a flaming thing going on.
Maybe
there's Anya Taylor-Joy.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Did you put something on the screen?
Yes.
There,
yeah, he put it in the back.
Okay.
He shared it.
Put in there. While we're doing that, I think all this stuff really started falling apart when they said that you had to read 4 comic books, 2 books, watch 12 television shows, watch 4 movies, and then somehow do a Ouija board to talk to the other side in order to understand the plot of the current thing you were watching.
Yeah,
I think that really lost it all.
It didn't help.
Once these movies came with homework assignments, I think that's when
you're
starts
like, you're
happening.
done.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that.
Yep.
So wait a minute. So you don't like her cheekbones?
Freaks me out.
Really?
Looks like
her eyes are
Jack
too big.
Skellington's wife.
Oh, well, I have high cheekbones.
Yeah, but you also have no ass. She does.
She's got an intense look. I don't mind it, though.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not one to.
All I'm going to say is that some people hit the wall and other people go face first through it. So,
hey, look, all I know is she pitches tents everywhere she goes. I'm just saying.
But in terms of her figure, she's not very busty to begin with, so they may not have to
push-up bras, wonder bras. They do a lot.
Electrical tape the way they did.
If they're too big, they sag.
all I'm saying is that if we find out in a few years that she's a reptilian, I believe it.
Dude, she can sing. Man. She can sing. Yep. She can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, her breakout role was in chess. That's where everybody started noticing her.
I notice her. I've seen her.
TV.
It's a great performance.
No. Queen's Gambit. Gambit.
She was excellent in that. She's been in every single hair color she's had. She's looked great. So some ladies can rock all the hair color. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about? Hair color? Are you going to get your own
Nano
hair
Reaper's
colors?
like Victoria can fix that. True story.
Is it too late to pitch Lizzo for Galactus? Is it too late?
No, Lizzo will just be the planet that Galactus is trying to devour.
I thought that was already there.
I thought Lizzo was the planet.
That's the planet Ego, right?
Yeah.
I thought she'd eaten 10 planets practicing for the role.
Yeah.
That's a huge bitch.
The Killer Shrike. Phoebe Walla Walla. That's right.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I thought that many people have been miscast, in my opinion, in some of these films. Some of them worked out, some of them hasn't. So go for it.
Well, and speaking of casting, a lot of people have been making the assumption on this because we talk about the Tomb Raider series. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, as far as anybody knows, as far as we know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is not going to be playing Lara Croft. She's producing the show. So just to be clear about that, we've got the writer for the Marvels, along with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who's producing and probably is going to be co-writing, but she's not starring as Lara Croft. We have yet to know who's going to be in the show.
You don't know that.
I don't know that, but we don't have any indication that she's actually going to play Lara Croft.
If she
We don't
does,
have- we don't have
Angelina
any
Jolie
indication
to
she
Phoebe
won't
Waller-
either.
Hey, Jason, if she plays Lara Croft, you and I are going to come to blows, dude.
I'm not saying she won't. I'm saying we don't have confirmation that she is. People are making the assumption she might be, but we don't have any information. I haven't even heard a rumor that she's playing Lara Croft.
Angelina Jolie to Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the biggest downgrade in history.
Oh wait, Tom has something cool to
that could
show
be
us.
worse.
Make Tom in big and Tom.
Big and Tom.
Make Tom big.
Just so I can distract you, I have the world's perfect advent calendar, and I think I'm going to do one every day as a short in December.
Okay.
All right. So we make Tom big. It's like Gremlins.
Whoa!
Don't get it wet.
Nice.
And as you see here, it comes with goo.
Oh, I want goo.
Yes. And it folds out, like this. It's a theater. And each day you open it up, and there's a little gremlin in there. So we're going to do that. The perfect advent calendar for Christmas. And any motherfucker who wants to tell me Gremlins is not a Christmas movie can suck my dick and take this and little. Ma.
Gremlins is not a Christmas movie.
You really want to suck it?
No, it's a honeycomb movie.
On your stream, you
I
said it
mean,
was only
more
2
dude made
inches,
it, so.
Now, why does Tom get to cuss and I don't?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we doing something that we?
I didn't know there was a rule I wasn't supposed to cuss.
Oh, I got like beat for that earlier. So, but we're okay now. We're okay. We're past 10 o'clock, so we're on nighttime.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we've made it. We've made it officially to
enjoying the
nighttime.
pictures.
This is
Nice.
this is her.
She's
again.
not an ugly girl at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
No, it's all right. I mean, I'm not a fan of this style, but
I think this
still
is
good.
Was she in Bridgerton?
Jacob's got to go.
Oh no, Jacob. Okay, somebody in big and Jacob.
I think Bridgerton was in her.
Oh, hey now.
Nice.
Hey yo.
All right, Jacob has to leave us because he turned into a pumpkin.
Tuck and roll.
I gotta roll out because it's late over here on this side of the world. So
tell people who you are without taking my channel down, please.
Oh God. I have a channel on YouTube called Society Reviews. We talk about the topics that culture doesn't want to talk about, and then we watch movies. So that's the best way I can hype up my channel. Go watch over there. We do stuff and things happen.
Hi, Jacob. Bye, Jacob.
Adios. Arrivederci, guys.
See ya, Jacob.
Okay.
You guys want to see my stocking?
Hey,
My
we
Christmas
actually
stocking.
make stuff.
Can anybody guess what it is?
Tom, you gotta turn us off your speaker, dude, because all
Oh,
it
shit.
does is echo all the thing. We're like, I echo.
Echo.
That show's coming out soon, I hear.
Echo.
That's my fault. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Oh, look at that!
Cowboy, dude.
Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
I like turtles.
It's gonna be full of pizza. Nice.
Tom, what I don't
That's
understand. What I don't understand is why you don't have your rooster stocking.
Well, I don't have what?
Your rooster stocking.
You don't have roosters.
I don't need a cock stocking.
Yes, you do.
It's on my
We have
cock.
small size.
Oh, the Jimmy hat.
You know,
Yeah.
Tom, if they still made them, I'd send you a bag of Crunch Up Bungas and some turtle pies. If you know, they still made 'em.
Yeah.
Crunch
Yeah.
up.
We choked down those fucking pies just to get those cards.
I know we did. They were so gross, but
Those were nasty, but we're like, of course I like them, Mom.
they're awesome.
Did you guys get the chocolate ones that you made? You were like, this is gross.
No, they were the slime pies that they did for Ninja Turtles were like
Green.
vanilla
Oh, I
only
know.
with green frosting.
Yeah.
So they were like diabetes in a package.
Yep.
But the only reason we got them is because they came with either stickers or they came with, when the second film came out, they actually had cards for the second film.
Yeah. Now the Crunchabungas weren't bad. The Crunchabungas.
No, the Crunchabungas were good. Yeah.
Okay, Tom.
I think we embiggened the wrong picture here.
No, we didn't. Tom, I'm sending you.
Oh my God, the cock.
That's right. I'm sending you a cock stocking, which is available on beachpunk.us.
That's way too big for my 2 inches of terror.
It doesn't matter. This is a Christmas sock, cock sock. It's for hanging up on the chimney, on the mantle.
Mm-hmm.
2 inches.
I'll hang it on my chimney, all right.
That was my nickname in high school.
Well, I suppose I could just use that little loop. I could, because like 2 inches of terror is not going to hold that big fucker thing up.
This is the Canadian sock right here. What do you think of that, Canadian?
I like that.
Good, eh?
CC,
does it come in triple XL?
Yeah. CC just went full on Canadian.
there's a special Canadian.
Plaid is a good Canadian tradition.
Oh, and we have ladies' shoes now. You can get shoes.
It's feet punk.
Feet
funk.
This is
look at that.
other one.
Look at that one. That's my favorite.
This one was actually designed after Culture Casino because it's got the white fuzzy stuff at the end.
That's right.
There. So there you go.
I got white fuzzy stuff at the end too.
I know you.
Wait,
do.
what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Silly
Maybe
string.
take a shower.
All right.
Something.
That was
so Jason's doing something else that might make your stocking stand up straight. So there you go. That's what he's sharing.
Yeah, everybody wants to say she's like not.
Now that's the right picture to embiggen.
I know, and she's like she. This is going to be your Silver Surfer, so shush it.
Mid.
You want that to be?
As long as they get it on, I mean, I could pay for that.
Yeah, I gotta. So I gotta send you guys stockings, huh? Because you guys are not buying my stockings. Oh, look at that! Hello.
I wouldn't kick it out of bed. You know.
So there we are. Anya Taylor-Joy.
And that's right. That's right. Thank you, Sanding Monkey, for promoting the merch. The merch. Good merch.
Mm-hmm. I will be Anna Taylor's joy.
Wow. Wow. Is there anything good coming up that we can talk about? Oh, well, Silent Night's coming out, right?
Yeah.
Excited for Godzilla next week.
Oh, that's right.
One, baby.
I have super secret tickets for Wednesday.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I'm going
to see it in IMAX.
Well, I'm going Wednesday too.
Real IMAX.
What time you going Wednesday?
I don't know, 5? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I think my show's at 3.
I'll be in the city on Wednesday. I could probably.
We're gonna have to do something to talk about it, man.
I know we got to figure it out because it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, and then we're going to talk
Godzilla
about it. Godzilla
huge.
Right.
We're going to talk about it on Mr. H's HCast.
Graham's trying to share some Crunchabungas.
Ooh, what? Oh, do you seriously have those?
No, I found a photo of them. I wish they were mine.
Yeah, they haven't made those in like 30 years or something like that.
Yeah,
I like pizzerias too, man. I miss those fuckers too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Only true turtle fans know what we're talking about, but yes, those were the Crunchabungas.
And Killer Shrike is correct. This is brought to you by the patriarchy. We are counter programming for Disney.
And
Cowabunga!
And Rogue Thinker, we did mention Nova as another herald of Galactus earlier in the.
I'm not trying to be a party pooper. I'm just sick and tired of talking about the same Marvel crap every day. It just gets so tiring.
I can't see. I was going to do the rap song, then I realized there's a lot of bad words in it.
Which one?
I ain't talking about a gold digger.
Do it.
But you're just a broke dope.
I know this much. Bad Take Bojan comes in with the save. Angel Studios is opening up The Shift this week. Go see that if you can find it.
I'm intrigued by that one.
Me too. Hashtag. Me too. Eric K drops a super chat on us. He says, will she get the hot dog and meatball removal before she plays Norrin Rad? Why are you saying that?
Oh, he retracted it already, so it doesn't matter.
What?
Well, thanks, Eric.
It's gone now, so.
I wish I had that $5.
No, I think you still got the $5. It's just the message is gone. Yeah.
See, I'm okay with other characters, like a different version of a character or whatnot. I'm seeing, for example, the casting news for Superman Legacy, And the more this adds onto it, I'm thinking, okay, how is Gunn going to pull this off? I'm intrigued by what we've heard so far. Although I do think that Nicholas Hoult is too young to play Lex Luthor, given the context of what everything else is.
Not with the guy that's cast to play Superman. And let me tell you, Jimmy Olsen's perfect.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, everybody looks like they fit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back to the John Byrne 6-part Man of Steel revival reboot they did after Crisis on Infinite Earths, Lex Luthor is much older than Clark Kent. He's probably Clark's early 30s. Luthor's probably in his 50s. And that's the dynamic. Even you go back to Christopher Reeve and Gene Hackman, there's that age dynamic that goes through, billionaire industrialist. And Nicholas Hoult just seems a little bit young for me. he might be perfect. He may do a great job. But yeah, he just seems a little bit young for the role.
Hey, I got something to sing real quick.
Uh-oh.
I don't practice pizzeria. I ain't got no doughy ball.
Yeah, you do.
That's all I got. Where's the rest of the lyrics here, punk?
Don't ever do that again.
It was pretty good.
Hang on, what? What to who?
And I like Jason's shirt. It's almost better than mine. Almost.
Really wanna know.
You missed my story earlier about why I'm wearing this and not the one that I wore for that week.
I really
Mine has Teen Wolf riding on the turtle van.
Wow.
That's the only reason it beats it.
I know.
We call that a twofer.
Yeah.
And Daniel's comment in the chat. I don't think that they're going to make Jimmy trans. I mean, the guy they got playing Jimmy Olsen looks like Jimmy Olsen.
I want to find. I swear there was like 6 months ago or whatever. We were doing a stream and I said that kid should play him.
It wasn't even that far back, dude. We were talking about it. Okay, so remember when we ran the first -1? I think it was during that stream.
Was it? Maybe.
And there's a photograph out there of him. Now, the one that's been circulating lately, his hair is darker, but there is a photograph where his hair is lighter and he looks bang on perfect for Jimmy Olsen. He's even got the freckles. He's perfect.
All right. So my ableist editor, Mr. Grant Gregory, sent me 40 $try, and then retracted the message.
That's a nickel in real money.
I meant every word of it. Also check the private chat, Culture.
I will look at the private chat.
Everybody send your super chats and then retract the message.
Let's see. We got rid of Jacob, so that's not for me. Who else sent me a private chat? I don't see anything in the private chat.
No, it's in the group one.
It says it was. Oh, Culture. I got good news, bad news. Good news is the video you sent me looks good. Bad news, no audio. Fudge.
Thanks, Six.
Okay, I want to know, why is that bad news? Six, her message was, why is that bad news? And then she retracted it.
I can't record another video tonight, Grant. I'll sound like a complete maroon.
Eric K for $2, and I am Culture's friend.
That's actually true.
You have given him meat.
I wouldn't say that out loud, Eric K.
I have to tell you, the best meat I've had in my mouth
is Eric's.
That's right. True story.
Oh, Culture and I discovered a horrible thing that happened today.
What?
You found meat in his mouth?
No, the whole Dallas disappointment.
Shoot!
Oh,
yes!
Man, we were so disappointed. So we were going to start planning the next Dallas meetup around the Fan Expo in June next year, right?
Which we're still planning. It's just we had a setback.
Cancel that. That's the only one I show up to.
No. I'm going to tell you something, John. You remember that place where we were at Farm and Feed, right?
Yeah.
How good that was.
So
we go to get on this. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to call them all that stuff. I get on the website and they have closed.
Oh.
Well, already?
To be honest, it was a little cramped. So you guys kind of need something bigger.
Well, there was an entire room around the back that they didn't open up for us.
Oh.
So it could have held another 250 people.
Well,
but
you needed it.
Yeah. We needed it from there. But they were very nice people. They were trying to do a more upscale gaming restaurant where you could come in, play games. They're trying to get a whole bunch of stuff going, and it just we're talking about it today on the vocab. I went out there and went, I said some choice words. So, in fact, this is exactly
Which
what
words?
happened. 6 and the foreskin did retract. So it was.
Well, I mean, sometimes, with the love blood flow.
Well, as cool as you guys are, and the fact that the Cotton Connection is starting to come together, and we might be joining you fellers for the next one, it's almost like we need a dang warehouse to house all these people that come
Actually,
out.
Actually, we were talking about that. So that Dallas meetup is going to happen. Whether or not it happens around the Fan Expo or not, Culture's got some phone calls to make some people in the community, and we'll see what we can do. But we are definitely going to be doing that.
Yep.
And not sure when that Vegas meetup's going to happen, but we're going to do some stuff around there too.
Yeah, and the neat thing is like we were going to try to get done last time. We're definitely getting done this time. We're going to take care of the dates, the rooms, all that. Now, we're not going to pay for them, but we're going to make sure that you get, a fair, if not discounted, substantially discounted rate. We're going to get this thing to work in a way that will make it so that you guys can all get together, hang out with cool people. There's going to be a lot of cool people there. I mean,
and puppets.
Puppets.
Yeah.
In fact, there may be a room where there's a puppet show.
Oh!
Ooh.
Can I bring my hose?
Yes.
Nice.
And if it's live and not being recorded, Jolly can be unleashed.
Oh, careful what you wish for there.
Oh, wait, and this is the sound from the last time Jolly was unleashed.
Oh, wow. I wish I had.
It just fell right out, hit the floor,
Tom's soundboard
and
Tom's soundboard had one. I know
that's
he
pretty
did.
accurate,
Sorry
actually.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's what happens there. This is what happens when Alec Baldwin is unleashed. Oh, stuck. God, he got 2 off that time, bastard. Oh wait, Tom was right in his show. We're not women, so we're fine.
Okay. Did you get?
Are you okay, CC? I know that was tough.
Look, okay. So this is a very sturdy desk, but it has a glass top. So if he hits the top, it's going to shatter, and I'm going to be wearing it.
Nice.
Oh, the Killer Shrike. Oh man, this is so. His message. Boom.
Message.
Canceled.
Boom.
Oh,
cancel. I love that. I got
pizza was retracted. Oh man.
Pizza redacted. You don't have to redact pizza.
Well, if it has pineapple,
keep the pizza.
I understand. Yeah.
Only if it's stuffed, Randy.
I actually, you know what, Randy? I love therapy gators. I think they're great.
Mm-hmm. So the people at Disney don't.
Hey, did you get the super sticker? The super duper sticker?
Oh, maybe I didn't.
Right here. This is Dearest.
Did you get Darius?
Me and Mexican Iron Man talked about this.
And I like the fact that Evie Mux actually says what it was, because StreamYard doesn't.
But it looks like they don't pick up on member chats.
No, I have to separately grab them.
You know what? I'm not going to stand for this anymore. I've lived my life proud of what I put on my pizza.
Okay.
Joey, all I'm going to say is whatever. Yeah,
wow.
you don't know what you're doing. And Jesus, this hurt, man. This really hurt.
I'm actually down with Jesus here. I'm on his.
Yeah, I know, but you're a puppet, don't have any class. I understand that.
Oh boy.
Well, he admits that.
Okay.
Well, he's demonstrated it aptly and regularly tonight.
He's got he's got good assets and all that stuff.
Right.
Class.
Well, I am Team Candy Corn. I mean, give me points for that.
CC Karaoke. That's true. CC Karaoke for 14 months. A member says message retracted.
By the way, I did find that picture of Jimmy Olsen.
Do you want me to show it?
It's in the thing with the thing.
I'm loving all these retracted super chats tonight.
That thing. The other
We're dealing with a lot of that stuff. Wow.
I mean, he looks perfect.
Yeah,
for Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Especially with red hair.
Yeah, because you're going to take the weakest white male character ever in comics and decide to cast him in that. Yes, thank you very much. We'll race swap everyone else.
I would say the weakest male character in comics after the last movie I saw was the Flash.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's giving a run for his money right now.
See, Jimmy Olsen is not supposed to be weak so much as he's young and immature. He's the copy boy. He's the kid. And
Message didacted.
Clark Kent takes him under his wing, and they become buddies. And Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. There's a whole dynamic there.
Batman and
because Jimmy Olsen is so young and inexperienced. This guy's got the look. So
I can see him going both ways. I mean,
Sorry. All right. CC deserves this one.
Both ways.
CC, that really hurt me.
Yikes.
What? Why would that hurt you?
I feel like, this is a perfectly innocent guy. I mean, you don't know.
I think it'll work.
The joke was built in, but I was also being serious.
Okay.
I mean, I think he could play a strong or weak character.
I agree.
I think he's one. Faceplant away from playing Rocky Dennis. To be honest,
this is also true. Eric K says, "Why are we all here?" Interestingly enough, he retracted the message. And we have more of these. Why are there no names on screen? Okay, I'll make that happen. That's easy.
I'll get my big picture out of the way.
So I believe Six is making fun of my.
That's not you. I turned the brand on.
Oh, did Jason stop sharing? Thanks for telling me.
I stopped sharing.
Jin Wong. Yeah, if you stop sharing, then we have bad picture interruptus. I feel like there's less of us here right now.
Because you stop sharing on StreamYard, it just goes away and we go back to the default.
I know this. Jin Wong for an Australian $5 says, just a non-dirty super chat to give culture a break. Thank you. By the way, DM me when your copy of my thing arrives. Did you buy one? Right? Oh, I will definitely let you know. Blue babu dee babu da babu dee.
It's a new video series. Culture.
I'm blue.
Becomes a moil.
A moil.
11 Alpha had a suggestion in the chat earlier that somebody needs to develop the CultureCasino channel.
I don't think that's a good suggestion, but I think a good suggestion is to check out the Sundowners Club. He's got a great channel. He's a good guy, and he's right. Ant-Man is pretty weak.
Okay. It's weak action. But on that note, hey, I got to head out right now, in fact.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I got to do more.
Wow.
Another one bites the dust.
Can we promote him? Can he be embiggened?
And another one goes.
Another one down. Ooh,
another one bites the dust. Oh, sorry.
Hey, it's Gramcast now.
Gonna get you too.
Yes, but thank you very much for having me. I got a boogie because I got a bunch going on this week. I'm going to be moving shortly here, but I'm going to try to resume with my regularly scheduled programming and videos this week. So keep an eye out. I do appreciate y'all joining me. Been having a lot of fun lately. And hopefully the next time my camera is on, we have a pretty sweet new studio setup. So it should be good times.
Word.
All right. Well, there you go. Stop biting pillows, Graham. Have a good one.
Can't do it, won't do it. Have a good night.
You must know Gator. All right.
And it was just us because culture went away.
Well, welcome back to the Jolly Late Night Show. Let's play a booty break, guys. I think it's about time, huh?
We got that booty break, a booty break.
All right. There's some hoes in this house. Hit it, Graham. Where's he at?
Graham left.
I think he left, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Does somebody have the clip?
Grant Gregory, you got one? No.
I don't know where Graham went.
I don't have a screen to share. Somebody's asking me to share a screen. I don't have a screen to share.
Do you have a screen?
That'll work.
Do I take requests?
Uploaded.
I don't know. Do I take requests?
Do you?
I don't know. Should I?
No.
Go for it.
PG-13 or better requests. I mean,
Okay.
I can do
PG-13 or lesser, okay? Because
better, lesser, tomato.
All right, real quick. I have an announcement to make. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A week from today,
Mm-hmm.
in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
I am doing my hair donation.
He's bringing back
You
the
gotta
bob
do
and
that.
weave.
You got to do that Santa spot first. So you're going to shoot that this week?
Yeah, I'll have to shoot it this week. So yeah, I will definitely try to shoot that this week. But
Are you donating the beard too, or just the hair?
No. The beard's got to stay. See, I'm playing Sandy Claus this year, so I gotta be.
Gotcha.
Sandy Claus.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm doing my hair donation this week, which means I'm really going to try to live stream it remotely with multiple cameras simultaneously from the location. And if that doesn't work, I will record it so that I can, like I always do, so that I can play it back. And the first people to see it will be members, and then it'll release 24 hours later on the main channel. And you guys can see that and get the whole story as to why I do it in an actual video. So, because I know a lot of people already know the story, and I can say it here a billion times, but cancer is rather prevalent in my family, especially among the ladies. And so, I'm always trying to protect the knockers. And for those that go through the fight, I try to fight with them. And so I donate my hair for wigs. And there you go.
Right.
Thank you for proving that you're better than the rest of us on this stream. Thank you.
Yep, I feel inferior.
All right.
If it wasn't for the fact I've seen you in person and I have smelt your gas, I would feel inferior.
Well, I mean, you can't deliver gas that poignant.
Oh, yes, I can.
Wow.
Not that I smell.
Yeah, we get back together in Dallas or Vegas. We're going to eat nothing but beans for a 24-hour period, and then we're going to have a fight.
You guys let me know which hotel you're staying at, and I will not book there. Wow.
All we know is comics will set it on fire.
That's no kidding. He set Vegas on fire. 2 floors of the hotel we were in. No, it was unoccupiable because of comics. Dude was pissed he had to leave, so he set the hotel on fire. I was like, dang.
Now that's how you party in Vegas.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a
I know
rock
this
star
much.
move.
Santa culture is coming to town. That's right. Indeed. Yeah. And this is true. The weave will be real for someone else. It's true. And this is actually probably going to happen because I figured it out. I measured my hair today, and if I donate 10 inches, it will come just to my shoulders.
Nice.
Lord Farquhar, here we come.
That's right.
Donate it all.
Eric Kate keeps sending me $2 and retracting the message.
He's just
That's
making
because
sure.
he's calling you things.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
That's not nice.
Well, it is PG-13.
Oh, shoot. Nano Repo has jury duty on Friday. Super sucks. Oh, no. The death penalty is an appropriate punishment for speeding. That's usually not why you have jury duty, but all right.
Yeah.
Welcome to China.
Good work.
Jeez.
Yeah. Lean into it.
You know what? Do the jury duty. Serious, do it. You will enjoy it.
Culture? If I'm not in the credits on Monday, I'm flipping out. I'll try to make it. Whoa, wait. Dude, please don't make me stay up tonight, 6. I will
Wait a second. You don't have 6 in your credits?
She just signed back up. She's hurting my feelings here.
Did she sign back up, or did I buy her a member gift?
No, she did. She's a big member. Big member.
Oh, she signed up. She's what did you call her?
She's a, what do you call it? High roller.
You said she was a big member?
I don't know.
PG-13. Yeah.
Saravel was here. Says, I can donate 10 inches and I'm bold. Well, the ladies must like you.
We're not talking about butt hairs.
All right, Marks for $2 is a horse.
No!
This is
Please
not
don't.
It's not Jolly's stream, and I don't have that clip.
Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah.
I asked El Perro for it. He said he was going to steal it for me.
What are you doing talking to that stupid dog?
He's blind now.
He's a bad dog. You shouldn't be associating with him at all, Culture. You know better.
Just don't do the horse thing.
I don't have it.
That's a good thing.
No, you have your own version of the horse thing.
I do not.
You do.
Stop horsing around.
It's midnight in the South Side. Plus rain is a vibe here in the Steel City. All right. I canceled my membership until he took me out of the credits. Then I immediately re-upped. I love you.
Wow.
What did you do?
Nothing. She messes with me, man. She's a typical. I live
what?
with one. Right. These two, the boss and Six are cut out of the same cloth. So it's like it's fine.
What are you, a Mormon?
That gives me the opportunity to ask this, gentlemen. Do you know any women with the capability to let it go? I'm just asking in a general sense.
What do you mean by it?
I've been looking all my life.
Anything.
Well,
because this
okay,
is
if you mean
I know
a
I know
woman,
a few, but you have to pay them.
This is the end of Doctor Who centers around this.
So if you mean by let it go, your woman catches you having sex with 4 other women, a dog, and some dude from Fresno? No, I don't know any woman that's going to let that go.
I'm watching this and I'm thinking that is probably one of the most unrealistic pieces of this story that I have seen, because I don't know women who can let it go.
You know what? I'm so tired of everybody talking about Doctor Who. That show's been dead for 5 years. Why are we still talking about Doctor Who?
I don't know. I blame Jason, but
10 years? Come on, Jason. It's
I never watched it.
It's in the name. Doctor Who cares.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
God,
Jolly
they destroyed that show.
Jolly, if seriously, I have to reach out to
they killed that show.
To El Perro.
No.
Six.
I will quit the show if you start playing that horse clip on here. It's bad enough I gotta watch it on my channel.
That might save my channel, actually.
No, it won't.
Now, what could save your channel here is the request that we got for 1970s PG. If you want.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so probably the hottest chick ever.
Oh wait, is that something else that I need to do?
It's on the side there. You could hit the transition button. Well, not that.
Knock it off, Six. You stop it.
That one? Is that the one you want?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Farrah Fawcett, kids.
Nice.
Tom, you remember Farrah, right? Tom?
Right.
Also known as Farrah Fawcett Majors.
He's still chewing on a burrito, I think.
Yep.
There's a new game out called Throw the Burrito.
Saturn V, Logan's Run. This little thing called Charlie's Angels.
He knows he can do it because Mexican Iron Man's in bed.
Davinia. Some old lady. Yes.
Isn't she dead now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she died from cancer, I think.
Yeah, very sad. She probably had one of my wigs.
That would have been nice. Yeah. That really is a very nice thing. That
I think she had more money than that.
Culture.
Oh, hey, you know what? Punk Waddle has decided he's making a move. He says, Culture, if Jolly walks off, I know how to keep it PG-13, and I do great guest appearances for puppet representation. Just saying.
Yeah, well, he ain't got no jokes, though, so there's that.
He does get drunk, though.
No, he does. Dude knows that is one puppet that knows how to bring the booze. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just
brings
saying.
Booze, but no punchlines.
Oh, yeah.
Well, next year in Dallas, I am bringing the full auto peanut butter jalapeno whiskey that I bought in Central Illinois. Because if it's brewed in Central Illinois, it has to be crap.
Well, then I think Nick Weiser will destroy that bottle.
Yeah.
You know, if I walked off, I think your chat would riot. Just saying.
No, I'm not encouraging the activity.
Well, stop horsing around in the chat.
I wasn't horsing. It wasn't me. That's Six. I did not.
And who was the other one that sent it? Was it Mark S? You stop it. Don't encourage others. No horse.
What's the matter with you?
Tina doesn't want you to walk off. I agree with you.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you. She stands with a puppet.
I hear you.
Hashtag Puppet Lives Matter.
What do we got going on?
And
silence.
Oh
Davina,
no, we know. Davinia, we know. It's fine.
Completely. Yeah, I did not say that. That I was asking a general question because I thought Farrah Fawcett died.
No, Davinia,
everyone
you're
who
fine.
lives has to eventually die.
You're fine.
So
I see Davina everywhere except
I
in my
know.
chat. Except
Amazing.
in my chat.
Amazing.
What's up with that? Davina, do you not love puppets? What's going on here? We need to talk. Just saying.
Well, M% says horse.
Stop it.
And you know what? A good rum, pretty good.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Bruce Lee is better than Steven Seagal.
Oh, no, start doing that again. Oh, here we go.
No, Bruce Lee's better.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misheard you. Thank you.
Yeah, you misunderstood the statement. I need a Punkwaddle emote. So do I. Punkwaddle, can I use your likeness for emoticons?
Who was it that did the tribute to that Farrah poster? Somebody else did that a while back.
Well, we know it wasn't Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley?
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Sandy Monkey wants horses and zebras and unicorns.
That's because he's a monkey turned up against the wall masturbating.
True story.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Killer Shrike. White people magic.
By white people magic, we mean nuclear families and investments.
Oh, careful now. I am so wow. Thanks for being here on the last show, guys. Appreciate the support. It's been lovely being here for almost 4 years.
Email your complaints too.
Oh,
hey now.
Who's that?
This is professional golfer and Instagram hottie Paige Sporanic.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot of guy paging her sporadic, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's very popular on the Instagram.
Bet she is.
And this is her recreation of the Farrah Fawcett poster.
Did you hear that Izzy Azalea made $10 million off of OnlyFans alone last year?
Oh, simp apocalypse. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
You would be disgusted by that one, Jolly.
A little bit.
So wait, real quick. Right now, our economy is garbage.
Yes.
Yep.
People can't pay their rent.
People are working 2 jobs just to put groceries on the table.
So people are dropping cash on 304s to look at their b-holes.
Mm-hmm.
What? You don't have money to buy food.
Right. Well, and the social structure is broken down, culture. They're not being raised to be men anymore in fatherless homes, and they're stuck to their phones as they're growing up, and they're being antisocial, and it's becoming an apocalypse where, and then of course you got the females who are getting instant gratification for showing a little booty on Instagram, and just do the math, and that's what's happening to society. Now, I can go on and on about this topic. Trust me. It gets bad. It gets real bad.
Yeah, and the lady that was on the screen is a good golfer. That's a true story. So.
And a lot of her stuff is golf tips.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
she cheekily leans into the whole golf gal babe thing, but she focuses a lot on golf tips for people.
And she looks smart.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Nobody's taking my bait on that joke.
Canadian Spider-Man. Yes, it is still
herself.
It is still cheaper than dating, but you know what also is cheaper? Free porn. So figure it out. Jeez, these guys.
Six says I have breaking news. I don't see it. Okay.
Retracted. I never understood the whole strip club thing. So you go to a strip club with money and horny. You leave horny with no money.
Right.
What's
Isn't
the
that
win?
a problem?
No.
Well, you forget about the back room, baby. VIP.
Never seem to be able to get around that.
Yeah. You got extra nickels, VIP room. You can get a little something extra,
I was going to say, Tox, that really only applies to guys who look like me. If you happen to actually be good looking, it's a different story.
Yeah, but you're going to catch something then.
There is no sex in the champagne room.
And we got antibiotics.
What is this? Is this a taco culture you're trying to do?
This was not me.
Not mine.
Who's doing that?
I don't know.
I mean, that's me sharing it, but that's Grant destroying me.
Oh, I'll get it.
Just for fun and prizes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, what's everybody's favorite time travel movie?
Oh, that's it. I gotta go.
It's not Back to the Future.
I think I have to kill Jason.
My channel's already dead. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, well, that was short-lived.
Ooh, tacos. Embiggen it.
Oh, that's pretty good. Nice.
That's what culture's going to look like in 10 years.
10?
Probably. Oh, please be nice. Just once.
15. 15 to 20 at least.
Okay, thank you.
You should share my thing I got up here because evidently I pissed off the Mystery Science Theater 3000 crowd. Did you guys see this?
What?
How did you do that?
No.
I pissed them off something royally. All 5 of them.
Just Tom being Tom.
How did you do that?
Because I brought up that evidently Mystery Science Theater 3000 isn't even safe from the fucking woke.
Oh, no.
Okay? And of course, they just jumped on the conclusion that just because they have a female host now, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, no. They ignored the fact that they have a woman doing the voice of Crow now, and they changed Gypsy to GPC because Gypsy was not politically correct.
I saw this post and I thought she was he.
Well, there's that too, but I don't know. She might be gay for all I know. I have no idea. But evidently, even Mystery Science Theater was not above the... And, they even made the original guys apologize for a bunch of their jokes in the past.
Why?
Why do you think, Culture?
Because we're in the message era of entertainment.
Exactly. And they weren't even getting paid. They found out that the new people weren't even paying them their royalties and shit like they're supposed to. But Shout Factory cut them a check, I guess. And that's the only reason they're even remotely involved anymore. But yeah. Yeah, even Mystery Science Theater decided to...
Make a lemon gay!
So, yeah.
I'm very sad.
But they've been going off on me, but I've got almost 500 people liking it so far. But they're just reeing in the fucking comments. It's hilarious. Hilarious.
Last Son of K says, I thought the current MST3K was woke. It is.
Yeah, there was the other one they already had before this, and I guess this isn't even going to get a second season now. This iteration or whatever you want to call it.
Oh my goodness, we have been deigned with the wonderful presence of the lovely Sherry. Hello, the lovely.
Hey, Sherry. Slam and Clam too. So I'm excited about a second season of She-Hulk. And the reason I'm excited about a second season of She-Hulk is there will be so much fodder and things that we can use for the next version of the She-Hulkies that I'm already starting now. I'm very excited about what's going to happen.
Why are you leaving me in suspenders? You're leaving me in suspenders.
You and I are going to start, doing the She-Hulky, the award show, the She-Hulkies.
Good. I want to do that.
Yeah. Now that we got a season 2, we'll be able to use all that material.
I'm very excited.
When do we get the Panderstone Awards?
Oh, Panderstone. Right after the Awards of Power. So that's what I'm working on now, is the Awards of Power.
These things that will never get done. Because we talk about them all the time.
I've got the intro.
We got that much done. We got a whole show that never got finished once. There's like a lost episode.
Oh yeah, there's a lost episode of the Delightful Dignity Month.
Yeah, I even got the theme song written for it. Yeah,
we got all that. We will do that again because
remember how it goes.
June, just in June, if we're in Dallas, that'll be the start. We can do something on around the 1st.
Somebody deleted all my clips. Talks on the show for a minute.
I didn't delete any clips.
Floppy titties, blue kitties.
Floppy titties. That was damn it, Tom. Yes, I couldn't get the thing out. All right, so somebody share something interesting. Let's see. Cece, what was the latest set of songs that you did on your karaoke
You did some
show?
Poison.
Well, actually, there was a service called Mix the Music that had stems for people to mix and remix, and it went defunct. So all the songs are now available, whereas they weren't before. So that's what I'm working on.
Nice. Jason's sharing something in the back that's flickering.
I saw it for half a second, and it looked nice. Hope it comes back.
Oh no, his internet.
That's weird. I've never seen it do that before. Hang on. Oh, there it is.
Who's this now?
This is Milana Vaintrop, also known as the AT&T girl, also known as would have been Squirrel Girl.
Oh, she was going to be Squirrel Girl.
Yep. This is what I'm saying. If they're that big,
She did the voice.
Sagging?
She did the voice in the cartoon, but she was going to be the live action Squirrel Girl at one point for what was it, ABC, whatever ABC Family ended up being Freeform, wherever it was.
Yeah, but she told us to quit treating her like she has big tits.
Yes,
she's got very big ones.
Now
I don't remember exactly what she said. All I remember is it was like blah 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 big tits. That's all I remember.
Tom's like a dog with that one. That's all I heard. Blah 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 food. Blah blah blah.
I was just
blah,
like
blah.
I was staring at big tits the whole time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but
now
okay.
she has been very active in documentaries about was it the Bosnia situation over there? Apparently her family is from there, and she's done some documentary and activist work on behalf of that group. I want to say it's the whole Bosnia Serbia conflict.
Wasn't there some online space comedy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything everyone is saying is just translating as tits in my head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are lovely.
Blah 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 ginger. Blah 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 food ginger.
I think it's funny that her career kind of stalled and she went back to doing more AT&T commercials, and I feel bad because her career is going to kind of stall out with AT&T, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, she was in a commercial.
That's what happens.
Yep.
Some
when you tell them not to look at your tits.
TZ Burton's asking, what are we talking about? I think that he just saw something and lost his train of thought.
What?
Culture's not going to be very happy with how I'm doing that.
Oh shit, I'm drooling.
Somebody wanted something interesting shared, so there we go.
Does she have more?
Yeah. Maybe I can do a search, or other people.
Joey says she dropped the taco. I don't understand what that means.
I have no idea.
I don't get that. It does look like somebody stuffed an ass in her shirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's the focus of the picture. That was her choice.
Yeah.
Is this the Tits Casino channel? Yeah, top shelf performance. That's right there. All right. Well, yeah.
I mean, she does have talent, but it gets sidelined in the.
I remember the name of that show. It was going to Dust. It was done by Dust. It was a sci-fi show they were going to do. It was comedy. Out from there. So what do you guys think is going to be the next big thing in entertainment? So we have done I think the whole Marvels thing is kind of dead. So, okay. So we kind of figured out the MCU is kind of dead. Disney's can't make anything either.
The trades are predicting that video game adaptations are the next big thing.
Well, let's see. How many video game adaptations have we had so far?
That's the next thing that's coming.
Sonic, Mario Brothers.
I think the natural
Gran
swing
Turismo.
is that the next generation's going to get back to comedy and pushing the limits of what
I'd
you
love to
can
see that.
say. It's that it's like kids will always look at what their parents and what the older generation's doing, and I mean there's been so much repression. How are they going to grow up except to say, well, fuck this, let's go R-rated, let's
Well, I think there's been so much conversation about George Carlin in the last few years that somebody out there is going to take it upon themselves to say, you know what, we need another George Carlin. I'm going to be the next George Carlin. And you're going to have a couple of breakout comics that end up doing something in that space. I don't think Chrissy is that crude sometimes, but there's going to be somebody that takes that spot. You are going to get a new George Carlin. We're going to get a new Sam Kinison, and they're just going to blow up.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's enough pressure building. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? It's kind of funny because we have Rolling Stones going on tour. We have a new Beatles record. What if Andrew Dice Clay to come back?
Oh, that would be good.
I mean, it's 2023. My bingo cards fill in the blank. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway.
Now, I'm going with comedy. I think that's good. What do you got up there now?
Who? What?
You.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I didn't mean to be sharing that. This is the Fan Activity Gazette. This is a newsletter that Mrs. Boss edits, and I do the layout. It's a monthly publication of the National Fantasy Fan Federation. I was going to use this in my outro, but there it is. I'll share it now. It's fan centric, little old school fanzine, kind of like the old days when you mimeographed in the purple ink and you stapled them and you mailed them off to the 25 people that were paying $0.25 for them. So, Culture's contributed to this newsletter, actually. So,
CultureCasino?
Yeah, he wrote an article about how fans are becoming a little bit more savvy to the whole Hollywood machine. It was a good article. It was in our September issue.
I did not realize that Culture could write.
Yes. You go to tnfff.org and go to the fanzines tab and you can find it.
Okay.
This is the Fan Activity Gazette. I do the layout on this now. So.
All right, I don't get this one either. So Barbie 2, the taco shop.
Well,
Barbie's going to open a taco shop?
It's all women.
Wonder if Culture's still alive. I think we should do outros, not play that dadgum clip, and get out of here because it's midnight.
He did say the show was going to be an hour.
I'm just going to guess that he fell asleep.
Mr. CultureCasino, I really need to pee. Really bad.
I don't know where his clips are. I'm looking for his clips. Where's his end clip?
I got an angry Doberman here. He is not happy. He's been waiting on his walk for a minute now.
Well,
don't mind Mr. Cool in the background. He's just chilling.
Okay. Well, all I see is the Gary clip, so
no.
Maybe we'll play that.
I mean, priorities. I guess that's the only one that was uploaded.
Where did Culture
Pretty
go?
much. I mean,
we call this Doberman cam.
There's this other end clip.
I'm back.
And so we do what, this?
Too late. We decided to end the show.
I got a pee.
It doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy. That's what.
I mean, Twitch is expensive.
Okay.
Like that.
She's dumb.
I mean,
I just uploaded that. What? Look, okay. So, did you guys get Mr. Tickle Trunk's super chat?
I haven't looked at any super chats. We got super chats?
Oh God.
Let's do super chats.
All right, we're gonna do some super chats. So what do we got here? 6 is wanting unicorns, and Mark's S47 wants a horse.
No.
And Mr. Tickle Trunk says, and let's see what they're MST 3K guys left long ago. They're riff tracks now.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Well, fair enough. And then we got and then Jesus Devia gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships.
That's very nice, Jesus. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish I could highlight it, but nobody was doing my job while I was gone.
What?
I mean, you were hosting. It was fine. But, I mean, you know.
Well, I can search the chats for Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
And I
Jesus steals hubcaps from cars.
Jesus Davila.
That's kind of a...
There you go, right there.
Hey! And unfortunately, we have a horse in the chat.
No! Oh, God.
There's only one thing left to play.
No, we have to do the outros. Did everybody do an outro?
Kind of. I did Doberman Cam.
Doberman has to be.
CC karaoke guy.
All right, so let's do some outlets. Let's see.
Wait, we got another. Wait, the white horse left a super chat. TZ Burton left a super chat.
Well, we can skip the White Horse super chat. It's okay.
Why? That's not. We don't do that here.
I don't see any super chats. What are you talking about?
You don't know what you're asking for.
You don't see super chats.
All right. White Horse left a white horse for $1.99.
That's right.
Thank you, White Horse.
If you want to ride.
And TZ Burton, for the love of God and all things holy, please don't play the clip. Let's talk time travel.
No, I'm tired and everybody else is too. So we have just enough time to do outros. CC karaoke, say words.
I do music stuff.
Okay. Wonderful.
There we go. So he does music stuff. That's very great. Okay, Jason,
say words.
Sci-fi4me.com is where you will find the latest. We have posted a review of the Hunger Games. I will be posting a review of the Doctor Who special.
Are you not a YouTuber?
Are you going to be back on YouTube? You better answer yes.
Jolly's next.
Such a liar.
No. Jolly, besides the dog going pee.
Too late. Anyway, can I get a mop over here? Thanks. If just a third of you in the chat would subscribe to Snowdub, I can hit 2,500 subscribers. And Puppet Lives Matter. So if you love puppets, check me out. So that's SNO, D as in dog, B as in boy.
We got more
Snowdub.
supers, kids.
Dang it. All right, so let's put Tom the Iron Boob.
Iron Boob.
And there we go. So let's put.
What do I want to do?
Say words about things.
Midnight's Edge in the morning.
Donuts and dogs.
What?
Boobs.
Turtles. Axel Foley. Dracula.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters and Highlander.
Nice.
An alligator ate my foot.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga is a good word to use after you get done having sex.
Right.
Culture, read that one. Start sending supers to keep the stream going from the Mad Capper for $6.66.
I am sending the Doberman your way, horse. Just saying.
White Horse for $1.99 says, tell the gelded blue cotton ball to hush.
Okay. Doberman is on his way to your house, horse, and he is hungry.
Killer Shrike says, let's go, Brandon. Yes, Brandon Morse. Fantastic guy.
I didn't do it. I was way over here.
What happened?
Tomorrow night, Monday Night Meltdown, 9 p.m., Comics Division's channel. Culture and I will be there.
This is about to be the most abbreviated ending we've ever had.
Yep. And because I can't find the ending scene that you're going to have to upload or figure something out with, we're doing this. So this is all Culture's fault.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hey, Mike.
That was.
Video that Culture uploaded.
Oh my goodness! You can play that all
It
night
is.
long.
I think it's in every one of the outro bits that he has. The only thing it plays is that.
Gary Collins.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude, crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back.
Was that it? God, I hope that's over. I had to see that stupid Gary clip like